don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, here we are. Sorry, a little technical difficulty to start the show. That's not a good start. We got Chaz in the house. The Chaz. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Rob? Another great week of talking fantasy. Let's get this thing moving.
Yeah, a lot to get to on it's a Wednesday, so post waivers, we can actually get to some real good start sit questions. When people ask me on like Tuesday, it's weird because I'm still kind of breaking down the prior week. So I haven't like wrapped my head around the matchups yet. I don't know exactly who everyone's playing off the top of my head. Now I'm getting to that point after waivers today. You know, when you set waivers for 36 teams, Chaz, you get to know exactly who's playing who.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get to a lot of stuff today. I did change this one. I'm doing a little tester out that only subscribers can be in the chat. You can still watch it, but if you want to like actually post a comment, you got to subscribe to the channel. So we'll see how that works. But I think that's only fair, right?
I guess. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works with how many people are asking questions or not. But I like it because then it forces them to subscribe if they want that. They want that advice.
Damn straight. I mean, we get this all out for free for the most part, except for the awesome Patreon subscribers that's growing by the day, getting in the awesome Discord, which is popping. Literally, I'm putting my bets up for the NBA at 4 a.m. It's 24/7. You have fantasy football conversation, any kind of conversations, really, as long as they're positive. That's the way I want to keep it at. Only positive.
Only
A
positive.
couple things I want to ask you about, Chaz. We always do our little panic meter Wednesday, so I got a couple names on here for you. I didn't tell you them this time, so it's gonna be off the cuff, which I thought would be a little different.
You haven't told me any of them.
That's fine. Chaz, you're a very smart man. You know your shit. Panic meter 1 to 10, 1 to 10 on Justin Jefferson. 10 being total panic, 1 being I'm not worried at all.
Okay, you've got to be worried. You've got to be worried, but I'm not like completely worried because JJ will be back, I think, this week, right? He should be back.
Is that a good thing? I mean, it can't be worse. But yeah, he's back this week. He has to play. He should have played last week.
It'll be worse. I think it's going to be a rookie QB developing. I'd go like I go in the middle grounds if I was. I mean, obviously you took him as a wide receiver 1, and he hasn't really been giving you that, but it's Jefferson. I mean, if the Vikings want to get back on track, they got to get that guy the ball, and I think it's going to happen soon. So I'd give it like a 6 or. I can't say that.
Yeah, I'm the same because I think I'd buy him right now. But here's the question: like, would you rank him? You still want him over George Pickens, right? I mean, that's an honest question because
yeah. I mean, George Pickens with CD back has just been like he's set in stone for that like 9 targets, like 60 yards, which I'm fine with. He gets me 15 points in my flex, and then my other wide receivers or running backs do well. So. I mean, yeah, you're set to get a lot more, or potentially a lot more with J. Jeff, and that's what I'm going for if you're going to have J. Jeff.
Justin Jefferson 1 touchdown on the year. That was week 1. That is not good, and I don't know. I mean, I guess McCarthy's an upgrade over Wentz. I guess my worry is they go real conservative, but they can't run the ball, so that's on the plus side.
Yeah,
for
they can't really do that.
Would you trade for him? Like, would you buy a little low on him? I'm not gonna. Don't give out any names. Like, would you? Would you trade for him? Let's say you had Chris Olave. Would you trade Chris Olave and Tajay Spears if he needed a running back, or Chris Olave and let's say Kamani Vidal as like a depth piece in your team? Poor JJ.
I don't know if I'd be, especially with Chris Olave. I'm loving. I was shitting on Chris Olave earlier in the year, but I'm really liking him right now. I don't think I could, especially for Vidal, because Vidal is going to give you really good points in these next couple of weeks, and then whenever Hampton comes back, then I mean it'll go down. But I mean he's a good plug and play for these next at least 4 weeks, I'd say, or depending on when Hampton comes back.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to a couple questions, and we'll just kind of answer some questions, get back to panic meter. I'll just move this bitch along, baby.
Yeah,
Mark says, "Let's go Blue Jays." Shout out to Mark, #1 super fan of the show. 1 win away. How about that 18 inning game? It was 18 innings, right? Unreal.
Yep.
Unreal.
Freddie, he's been clutch. Dare I say he's going to be in the Hall of Fame as a Dodger, not as a Brave.
Thank you, Brick Flair. Shout out to Blake, media manager, crushing all of the graphics. Much appreciated, my man. Let's see where we at here. What do you guys think of Emmanuel Wilson or Jordan Mason this week? So you want Emmanuel Wilson or Jordan Mason? My answer is pretty easy, and it's going to probably fucking break your brain. But
what is your answer? You're gonna break my brain.
Emmanuel Wilson, dude.
Out when you're saying that, dude.
It's Emmanuel Wilson. I was a big Jordan Mason guy, but he looks terrible. Their offensive line is beat up. They're going to stack the box. I feel like Aaron Jones is going to get 60% of the snaps. So if you want I would almost rather play Tony Pollard than Jordan Mason. I think I would rather play Tony Pollard, and that's saying a lot.
Oof. Really?
Emmanuel Wilson's been getting 40 or 50% of the snaps, and give me the 40% snap share on a Green Bay team that's much better and in a really, really good game script. They might just beat the shit out of Carolina, and they might, just give Wilson the whole fourth quarter for all we know.
I could definitely see that.
And you have the Lions, so we have a Jordan Mason against the Lions.
He's also a bowling ball. I don't know if you.
Yeah, he is.
You're watching that one game, but he was a freaking bowling ball.
So who's your answer on this one?
He's like Scat, but now Scat's out for the year. So.
Yeah, fucking that's sad. Who's your answer?
What do you
want?
like?
You want Jordan Mason? I want Emmanuel Wilson.
No. I mean, I'll go with you on this one and get Emmanuel Wilson in there. See how that happened.
My London for Henry and Metcalf. Do I do it? Yeah, I want Henry and Metcalf all day. DK Metcalf's like a top 18 receiver.
And with Lamar coming back, I'm loving Henry. So,
and both guys I'm just letting you know, I'm the biggest London fan in the world, Chaz. So, if I'm telling you to trade away Drake London, then it must be a good trade because I don't like trading my baby away.
I've been buying London. I was buying him. I bought him in 2 or 3 different leagues in the offseason. I traded away Gibbs. I down tiered from Gibbs to London because everyone's shitting on me, but I also got Breece Hall in that trade. So
you've been smoking weed over there, Chaz? You high or something?
No. I've been partying the last 2 weekends. I told you I was with Tyler and Lemon.
Yeah.
We had a hell of a time, but I think I've contracted a cough or a sickness.
It's okay. Sucks, it's okay. Hang in there.
I'll try and
feel bad for those guys who robbed Shipley, picked the wrong house to steal some Halloween decorations. Yeah, Shipley was really high. I have a lot of Shipley in best ball. It's like my last round pick. And they're not using him in third downs. They were it's weird. They were playing AJ Dillon over Shipley, and then they brought in Bigsby. Now Bigsby is a handcuff, and they're just not using him. It's wacky. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they were using Bigsby more, so you really can't really.
What do you Let me ask you this: do you think Saquon plays in Week 10? They got a Week 9 bye. He was pretty weird comments about his availability, and who cares what he says? But it just didn't sound right. And I'd probably going to go up, go to next week's practice and see what those reports are. But a lot of people use the waiver claim on Bigsby. I didn't go that far unless I owned Saquon because I just didn't even have my roster because I didn't know who the handcuff was. And I don't like rostering players that I don't know what their role is if there's an injury. If they're a handcuff and they're an uncertain handcuff, I don't like that. So do you think it's a 50-50 that Saquon plays Week 10, or you think he's going to play 75%?
I think it'll be more towards the 75%. I mean, what I'm looking at right now, it's a Monday night game at the Packers. I think that's going to be a big game for the NFC. Vying for spots. I think that's going to be a big game later on down the road. So I think they're going to try as hard as they can to get him out there.
Start 2, Marks, Bam, Rico. So let's call this PPR. Let us know your scoring. Definitely helps.
I'd say definitely 2. Bam. Definitely get Bam in there. In my opinion,
I'm gonna say definitely Rico, and definitely Rico. With the coach's comments,
Rico and
talking
Bam.
talking about Chuba in the past tense. I mean, what the hell is that about?
I
like it as a Rico owner. I like it as a Rico owner, and yeah, and it's just crazy because it's not only Chaz. It's not only the fact that Chuba has that contract. Rico makes 2 years, $7 million, and Chuba makes has a $30 million contract, $23 million, whatever. It's a lot. But Chuba's also a team captain and beloved. What he did for them last year, he was a grinder, dude. But you know what? You got to move on. And I'm not saying they're dropping him. He's still going to have a 40% role. The difference is I think it's going to be 60% Rico. And we'll see how the goal line. What I'm curious about is the goal line. So if they're doing a Detroit where they're splitting goal line reps and you're still getting 60% of Rico Dowdle, then I think that Rico Dowdle is going to be a top 15 running back rest of season just because how good he looks right now.
I completely agree. I mean, the guy looks insane. You can't look at that and not like what you see.
This is a good question from Max. Ties into our next panic meter guy. He says, "What's good, boys? If Ramondre Stevenson misses this week, will this be the Hendy breakout game? Picked him up off waivers." Well, that's a nice pickup. So
It is a good
I'll have to
pickup,
break down
but-
here. I'm going to get down to the Travion Henderson, a guy that's been on this list a couple times for us throughout the weeks. Travion Henderson. So the toe injury, we see some toes take down some people this year. You know, you see, Brock Purdy be out with a toe. We see Joe Burrow out for the year with a toe. It's the year of the fucking toe. I'm not into it, but now this sounds like Stevenson's going to miss maybe multiple weeks. Who knows? He could go on IR. Remember Marion Hampton? Remember Marion Hampton's injury? They're like, oh, he's fine, whatever. And then IR. Remember Trey Benson? Oh, it was just a little nick, surgery. So now there was also the report earlier today that came out before the Stevenson news broke, I believe, that we have the Patriots actively looking to add a running back. Now they had obviously they had the information about Stevenson before we did, which made it seem weird. But again, they just fucking hate Travion Henderson. So I think you got to let the kid play. See what he has this week. He had a nice 10 carries, 75 yards last week. Did have a fumble, but like that's just par for the course for a Patriots running back, Chaz. Yeah. So what's your panic meter on Travion Henderson? With all this I just told you, with them looking for a running back, but you also have Stevenson out, which is kind of a wash. Until they trade for a running back, and depending on who it is, if it's some like journeyman bum, I think Henderson should be able to beat him out. So give me your panic meter 1 to 10 on Travion Henderson.
Well, I mean, considering that dude picked him up, I mean, the panic meter is not there. The panic meter would be if you have to start him this week. I'd say it's definitely 7. I mean, look, they knew Ramondre was hurt, and obviously he beat out the bums, but like they knew Ramondre was hurt, and they're still saying that they're going to look to trade for a running back. That's how much they hate this guy. Like they don't like him, and I don't get it because you use a top 35 pick on him, and it feels like it's just dead cap. Like it's a sunk cost at that point.
I wouldn't be too worried in Dynasty, Chaz, about Travion, but this year seems like a lost cause. But like I don't know, like it's not like this is week 4. We're in week 9. Like the kid had all preseason. He played a lot in the preseason. He played a lot of big games in Ohio State. It's not like this is a small school guy, right? Like big games, pro system, professional coaching, and Mike Vrabel just has a thing against rookies. Like we haven't seen Kyle Williams hit the field. We're literally watching Mac Hollins out there leading the team in receiving yards last week, and Kyle Williams can't even sniff the field. Like, why did they draft Kyle Williams? I love Kyle Williams. So either way, let's move on here. Wally says, in McCarthy, we trust. Massive Vikings fan. Do you trust McCarthy? We've talked about this before. I don't think you're a big fan of him. I'm not a big fan at all.
I don't.
I think he's a better fantasy player. He'll be better in fantasy this year than in real life. He might return value because Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and Addison and Hawkinson and Aaron Jones out of the backfield, but he ain't going to, they're not going to win games with him. At least, they're not going to be a playoff team. No way in hell.
Yeah, it's very bad. And then you look at what Darnold's doing down it's only up in Seattle, but it's like, JJ is just I think he's been he's a good quarterback, but he's also been the product of the system, and that's what I was saying to my Michigan fan friend Alec this year when he's typing up JJ, and I'm like, dude, no, like it'll be rough, I think, and it's been rough, and I guess we're just gonna have to watch him go through the struggles for the rest of the year. I mean, I don't imagine them winning that many games with him at the helm at all.
No, and we thought this was a championship roster. They've had some injuries, and I'll say this, Wally, don't take this too harsh. JJ McCarthy's a game manager at this point. Now it could change in the future. Right now, at the point with what I've witnessed with my own 2 eyes, and I don't need glasses, he is a game manager that turns the ball over. Those are too bad. That's like a fat chick that doesn't suck dick. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be with a fat chick, at least like she better give good head. So like she's not offering anything. She's nice, and so is JJ McCarthy. Nice kid, local kid out of Chicagoland. Nice kid. I have hope for him, but he doesn't have enough experience. Like, yes, he played some games in college, but not like he wasn't a 4-year starter, and he didn't have a lot of passing attempts there because they didn't have to pass the ball. Yeah, so like we've seen all these quarterbacks that have this massive experience come in and do well. Outside of Dylan Gabriel, he's the outlier there. he's Wario. What's going on, Hetzer? Leonard says Bowers for Ladd. I have Gatson, and my wide receivers are Debo, Adunze, and T-Mac. So he is
I mean, yeah,
I
look, you'd be
want,
worried with those receivers. You want Bowers?
yeah.
I would go
Well,
Lad.
I don't want to have Ladd and Gatson though. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to have Ladd and Gatson.
Mm, I see your point there. I see your point there, but this guy's receivers they're kind of struggling. T-Mac hasn't been that great as of late, and I mean, what's Debo been doing really at all? Obviously, Rome is Rome. Rome's awesome, but
I think you ride it out one more week because I'll tell you why. We were ripping on Debo in yesterday's show, but the news that Terry McLaurin, I don't know if you guys read, Terry McLaurin's out. And like
yeah,
Terry McLaurin, a separate injury. This is a quad injury.
yep.
Is that what he was out with before? Was it the same thing? Was it a quad?
I don't know. I just
Um,
remember seeing that it was a quad injury, and that's why he's out. But it's
what a
still not
lost year.
that's not good.
I think not to sidebar too much, but like we've seen this in recent history with Ayuk, and some of these guys that hold in, I guess you'd say. They never play a full season. They when they play, they bust where you drafted in fantasy and they don't play a full season. And we ignored this with Terry McLaurin. And like I have a couple shares. I drafted him in like the 6th round before he signed because I thought that was good value. And then he started going like early 5th round. And man, like we got to just literally as a community, like just fade these guys into oblivion because they're just not on the same page with their quarterback. They install new stuff all off season. And even a Terry McLaurin, who is a consummate pro, right? Terry McLaurin's not a knucklehead. He's not Brandon Ayuk. So if he struggles, he struggled with the playbook a little bit, and the injuries, obviously. So that's the upside of having Debo, Adunze, and T-Mac. You're going to get at least 2 or 3. Like Debo is probably a start without Terry McLaurin there. So I would hold. And what if Bowers comes and smashes week 9? Then you can get more for Bowers. Right now, I'm not trading for Bowers at even close to cost. But if he comes out and looks good physically, regardless of his numbers, I might be more prone to give up more for Bowers if he goes out in there and gets me a 7 and 75 and a touchdown, and he looks good. He looks like Brock Bowers of last year. You could probably fetch more. People are really they have a lot of recency bias, Chaz. We know this.
I know that. I can tell you that much. But it's also very bad when he comes out and he looks like a dud or he gets re-injured. So I can see both sides of the fence there. That's what I can say.
Okay, we have Mark. What's going on, Mark? Number 1 super fan. Hunt or Coleman in the flex full PPR? It's Kareem Hunt. I love Keon Coleman, but it's Kareem Hunt. It's got to be Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I actually saw a stat. I don't know like how true it was because you can never fully trust what you see online. But Kareem Hunt passed Saquon Barkley in career touchdowns. He has a feel for the goal line, I guess. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, and I will say this, man.
Kansas City Chiefs offense has been.
Yeah, and he looked good last week in that game. Like I saw that one run up the middle. Did you see him? Like he was shot out of a cannon. That's the best run I've seen Kareem Hunt have because usually they always go between like 3 and 7 yards. This one went like 14 yards, but it actually looked pretty quick. He caught a touchdown. He rushed for a touchdown. I've been a notorious Kareem Hunt hater this year. Early best balls, like what do you do when you're wasting a pick? Pacheco's the guy. Pacheco's not the guy. Pacheco's out for a couple weeks. Why would they rush Pacheco back? Let's sidebar this real quick to Keon Coleman because I have him on the panic meter. I was kind of talking him up yesterday, and it's partially because Josh Palmer. We haven't heard much about him. He's probably out. He's definitely out this week. He might be out 2 or 3 more weeks. Now they're playing some other dudes, Elijah Moore and some of these other guys, but Coleman's playing 80% of the snaps, and he hasn't looked particularly good. But he's tied to Josh Allen. Josh Allen has not been putting up like record-shattering passing numbers this year. It's been pretty bad. I expect it to uptick. I expect Keon Coleman to benefit. I expect him to catch touchdowns. That is my point. So what is your panic meter on Keon Coleman, Chaz? 1 to 10. 10 being very panicked.
I'm going to go 8. I mean, the guy hasn't gotten more than 3 receptions. He's gotten more than 3 receptions once in the last 6 games. I mean, is that something that you can trust? Certainly not. I can't trust it. I don't know how much you're going to trust that, but I'd say 8. I'm not going to go complete panic because he's still going to get 7 or 8 points, but it's not like, I mean, that's a 4, but any almost any wide receiver 2 or somebody that you can find is going to give you that 4, but you're just not going to see those spikes weeks. You're not going to see 20 plus, 25 plus point weeks from him, except for that week 1. I mean, that's really it.
Yeah, and again, we always mention that was all fourth quarter down by 2 touchdowns. Not taking it away from the guy, but it could have been it would have been the same stat line, 340, had that not happened. Jay says, I'm not his pin, right? He didn't start to be every week starter, and I think that he has taken a couple strides from his rookie year, which isn't saying much because his rookie year, his reception numbers were just dog shit. I just expect him to be a low-end wide receiver 3 with touchdown upside. Jay says Waddle or Drake London this week. And Waddle, dude, I didn't realize Waddle was like wide receiver 13 in PPR. It's sneaky because he had that one stinker. Like, I'm not going to hold that against him because that was in that Cleveland game with shitty-ass weather. And, dude, wide receiver 13, and you have no Darren Waller, you have no Tyreek Hill. I got to hear positive. If I hear really positive Drake London reports, and you have Michael Penix, so there's a couple caveats here. I'm going Drake London just because my love for Drake London. But if it's Cousins, I'm going Waddle. And if London is like limited and like supposed to be like maybe in a snap count, anything I hear that's not like he's a full go, it's Waddle.
I completely agree. I mean, Waddle's been like he's been sneaky good. I mean, exactly what you said. I mean, I mean, he was traded for recently in one of my leagues, and we were low-key calling the guy shit for it. And then it was like, okay, like he's actually like producing at a high level, and it's not going unnoticed, and especially with Drake London and with Kirk Cousins, with how bad that offense looked last week. Definitely, if Kirk's cousin, I would definitely. But you got to look at it and just make a decision based off statistics and numbers, not off of how you feel.
Yeah. What's up, CK? He said he's late to the party. You're just in time, son. Frankenstein's from home. He did look good. I mean, he had 2 awesome like acrobatic catches. I love Terry McLaurin, but this is the last year, even if he comes back. I think that if you have a winning record, though, and the reports aren't terrible, and most likely the Terry McLaurin team is going to have a losing record, Chaz. So yeah, I think he could be a buy opportunity. If you're 7-1 and you can give up, even like a Bam Knight's a bad example, but just a fringe running back or a wide receiver that's kind of been hot recently that's just not great. I would do that in a heartbeat, dude.
Yeah, I mean, why?
I'll ask you this one. How about this? Let's say you're 7-1. Let's say you're 7-1. You have Tucker Kraft and you have Rondé Gatson. Would you trade Gatson for McLaurin?
I
if
feel
McLaurin's
like
out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Get more.
I would. That's what I would say. I feel like you can go for something that's more of a for sure thing than McLaurin. But then again, McLaurin's also a complete shot in the dark that could come out as a wide receiver too once he comes back and if Daniels is healthy, which he should be. So honestly, I wouldn't mind it. But
CK, what do you just because Terry McLaurin's track record? CK, what do you guys think of Taysom Hill this week with injuries, with the injuries they have there, and the quarterback change? He's the same as always, right? He's especially in PPR, he's more risky. But in half PPR, he's a guy that might get you 2 or might get you 18. Now they haven't really used him much, and that's probably because he's coming off the ACL. That's my guess, or new regime there too. So it's desperation, like upside play, but there's a floor that's really not.
Yeah, I mean, you also have a rookie quarterback that you're trying to get, comfortable with the system, and when you have Taysom Hill comes in, it's always some boot play. Like, if I'm being honest, so I feel like that just, I mean, how long is that going to last, even in the future? So that's just my opinion.
Let me know. They said the chats or the streams lag a little bit. Let me know, Hetzer. Is it any better? Hopefully, the P. Ryan or Jameson Williams did a desperation flex play this week. This is the easy Jameson Williams for me, but maybe I'm stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could win P. Ryan. I mean, that Chicago defense is just brutally beat up. Joe Flacco is out. You're gonna have a way worse offense in my opinion. And with P. Ryan, you're low-key hoping that you can score with a touchdown and get that upside rolling. I feel like J-Mo can give you more of a better floor in my opinion, even though it's J-Mo has been really doing that well. But I could see both ways in this, but if Flacco's out, I would definitely go J-Mo.
All right, sorry, I just unplugged and plugged back in. Hopefully that works for the stream here. I mean, Samaje Perine probably the better floor. I'll say this, man. Jameson Williams, I was looking to bet his number. I might still do it. I thought it was going to be like 37 yards. It's at 45 yards. So, like, Vegas knows something. I'm not saying that's a really high number, but that's something. Okay, we're fixed now.
It looks a little choppy. I'm checking it. I'm checking it from my end. It looks kind of decent now, I guess. Yeah, better. Okay, there we go.
I was outbid for Aaron Jones. Someone was really desperate for running back. I picked up Travis Hunter, though, so maybe it'll work out. Well, yeah, I'd rather have Travis Hunter than Aaron. I mean, it's close, depending on your position you need. But, like, Travis Hunter, I'm not as high on. I was earlier in the year, and then I went off of him. I didn't drop him in any leagues. What do you think about Travis Hunter? Give me just a real quick number, full PPR.
Are you talking
wide receiver?
No,
give me your number, like, okay. Like a wide receiver 34, wide receiver 40.
I'd lean more towards the lower 30s, like 32, 31, than the high 30s. But switch your phone to make it a high.
Thank you, Mal, for the donation. And what are you on your phone? You're just on your phone?
Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm always on my phone, but sometimes the Wi-Fi around 12 always is just complete shit. Just because it's just an apartment building for college kids, so it goes out randomly. So,
I think it's getting a little better from what I can see. Let me get back to where we are in the chat here. Cheap players I should target to still sell high on Troy Franklin with. I would roll with Troy Franklin another week, man. I would roll with him because he's getting more targets than Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, I mean, Sutton's he's been on that like lower end of like what I would want from Sutton as a Sutton owner, but I feel like he'll be back soon.
Oh yeah, you're Courtland Sutton. No shit, Chaz. Wally says start Zay Flowers or Rico. What's your answer here, Chaz? It should be pretty easy, right? I'm gonna put this graphic up while we do this. Just read this graphic. This is why you're gonna have Zay Flowers just torching here, man. He hasn't been catching touchdowns. You have Lamar coming back. A lot of really positive numbers here that are endorsing Zay Flowers the rest of the season. I think he's a great buy low. I think he's a must start. This offense, they're gonna boom. And also, here's the thing. What do we know about the Ravens, man? The Ravens blow big leads. They're gonna be throwing the ball and doing some, throwing the ball more than most teams would be if they're up by 14. And those, up by 14 with Derek, they're going to lend itself to some deep bombs to Zay Flowers. I see an explosion incoming. I'm going to try to get Zay Flowers everywhere I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be against a crap team, and I think they're going to try and get Lamar back into rhythm, and I think they're just going to be full throttle. And it's on prime time. I think the entire game they're just going to pedal to the metal, just try and get Lamar fully back into that offense and seeing things correctly. And it's going to be, then again, Thursdays have always been, I say this every week, Thursdays are always, iffy with what's going on, and then random things happen. But I think it's going to be a Ravens implosion, and Ravens up by a lot tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see if the Dolphins can counter that. That's really where it's about.
That could be a bloodbath.
Tit for tat.
Bink says, who is more likely to get traded, Breece or A-Chain? Better cuff to add, Davis or Ali Gordon? I'm going to toss this one to you, Chaz.
Breece. I'm going to go.
Who's more likely to get traded?
Davis. Give me Davis, because I really don't know what's going on with Breece right now. He's posting all these things on social media, and some of these other teams need running backs, especially with him coming off a good week. I think they're really going to try and sell high on that and try and cash in right now, especially because they have a bye week too right now. So now is a really good time for to field deals and to try and get them out there without having to change things up too much.
Yeah, I hope so, because I have, maybe 3 shares of Breece, but I have 12 or 14 shares of Isaiah Davis, and that's just a win-win for my team, because then Breece would most likely go to a better spot as long as he's not getting It's not like Breece Hall is getting 80% of the workload in New York right now. So he would go to the same amount of workload with just a better offense. And a hungry Breece Hall, right? A slighted Breece Hall. I love that.
Yes, fighting for a contract. He would be a beast if he got traded to anywhere.
David says non-PPR. If BTJ plays or not, do I start Sutton or Travis Hunter? I think the only way this is a question is, let's just say Brian Thomas doesn't play and you have Travis Hunter as wide receiver 1 there. What's the answer? Sutton or Travis Hunter? I know Chaz's answer. It's Sutton.
It's always Sutton. It's always Sutton.
Yeah, it's always Sutton.
No.
Okay. Golden or Bowers at flex? Got Gadsden. No, Bowers over Golden. Golden isn't. I'm almost dropping Golden. I actually did drop Golden. I dropped Golden in a 12-team full PPR with. I did drop him. I did.
Wow. What'd you drop him for?
No. I dropped him for Tank Bigsby because I have Saquon, and I had a bunch of good handcuffs. I have like Ollie Gordon and Isaiah Davis and like Charbonnet on the bench. Guys I wasn't going to drop. And I'm like, fuck Golden, man. I think my third receiver in that league, I don't know in particular, is like George Pickens. So like I have just a stacked team. I'm not going to hold on to
wide receiver. You don't need to hold on. I'd much rather have Bigsby over. Go get that handcuff. But I still like Golden though. I think Golden, he looks good. They just don't get him the ball enough.
Well, yeah, why would they? They have Christian Watson coming back. You have Jaden Reed coming back. Tucker Kraft. Well, by the way, Tucker Kraft, Chaz, my dude, fucking beast mode. I went back. I'm going to put this clip in here. I went back and looked at me and Story's hot takes. We had some really good ones. Well, I had George Pickens leading the league in touchdowns, the wide receivers and touchdowns. I had Tucker Kraft as a top 3 tight end. And then I also had Chris Olave with 100 catches. Those are 3 of my 5. Like, so I'm just crushing those. So I'm going to put the clips in just because like Story went from hating Tucker Kraft at the beginning. That was one of our first shows we did this year, to like getting warm on him to like draft season. He's like, I want to draft Tucker Kraft just because I talked about him every show. And his reaction though, he's just like, there's 0% chance. So like, I'd have to like rip on Story. Love you, Story. We all get things wrong sometimes. And I was really against Tyler Warren. And then I ended up having 4 or 5 shares of Tyler Warren because of him. So I think we both convinced each other on the other guy's side end, and we both got to eat on that one. Mr. Free Throw, I'm going to shout out Mr. Free Throw for joining the Patreon, man. A lot of you guys have. If you have not, what are you doing? I'm going to shout out some of the Patreon guys here because really appreciate you guys. It's building. Jay, GT, CK, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Wally, Cruz, Derek, Marcus, MVP. The Fanatics. These are the big dogs here that are really keeping the lights on. Mark, Jason, J-Bob, Matt, Mike C, and Scott F. Scott F just transferred over from semi-pro to Fanatic. The Fanatic tier gets you all the goodies, man. Be on the show as a guest. One-on-one coaching for next year, draft help, all that kind of stuff. Even the $10 tier, man, the pro tier, you get free merchandise. You get to play in our fantasy leagues. That one gets fantasy leagues as well. And if you're not in the Discord, that's the way to get in the Discord. Just a $2 subscription gets you in the Discord. $5 gets you access to my bets early. We are crushing right now, Chaz. We are literally, is it 16? No, it's 18-3. 18-3 in the NBA, Chaz. 18-3.
You're hot.
And I'm not doing minus 140s. The worst I'll do is minus 120 on a prop.
That's actually amazing. I should be
NFL.
I should be tailing.
You should. Now is not a good time to jump on. I mean,
yeah,
no,
you
should
fade you, and then it'll.
No, my process is pretty money right now, man. And then NFL, we're 36-19, so we've been 500. We've been 500 the last 2 weeks, but like I've had one losing week essentially. If you go from Thursday to Monday night, one losing week, and then I've had a couple weeks where I went like 7-1. So you know what? If you want these bets, you can get them anyway without that, but you're just going to get them in a non-timely manner. And that's when you will lose some money because I'll get it at 67 yards. You'll have to place it at 73. And like, that's just bad business. So, spend $5 a month to get actual bets. Yeah. But I mean, that if you did that with James Cook this week, it would have been bad because I got it at 67 on Wednesday. It went up to 76 by game time. And then that's a big gap, right?
I think you had that in first quarter.
He did have it. All right, we are getting behind the chat here, so let's see what we can get to. Am I the only one that refuses to draft woman beaters? I'd rather lose than have Tyreek Hill, Kareem, or Mixon on my team. No, you got to separate. It's what I always say about like Michael Jackson's a different story. Like I don't want to listen to Michael Jackson's music. That's a fucking pedophile. But woman beaters, and also some of it's allegations. And I'm not trying to defend any of this. But you got to separate. The quote is, you got to separate the art from the artist, right? You got to separate the art from the artist. And these are athletes. They're not good dudes. Most of these guys, celebrities, they're not good dudes. So even if you think like Deshaun Watson won the NFL player, the man of the year award, that's a fact. Like, so, but everyone thought he was a great dude, and then this shit came out. So Justin Tucker was like a celebrated dude, opera singer. Like everyone loved Justin Tucker as a person. Such a class act. Apparently he's not. So we don't know. Peyton Manning shoved his nutsack in a girl's face in Tennessee and also did steroids. So like, just who cares? Like, who cares? Who cares? I'm a good guy though. That's what matters, right?
I just think of like people don't realize like a lot of these athletes like have a lot of money, a lot of fame. They are really not that good at people. Like really not. Deep down, they're not.
No,
The NFL will make them seem like they're good. Oh, Deshaun Watson, man of the year. Yeah, he's definitely not the man of the year. Definitely not the man of the decade right now.
he's not the massage of the year either. One more thing on the Patreon. If you guys are not in there, the link is in the description. It's also just Professional Fanatics on the Patreon. You want to get in this Discord. There's like 57 people in there now. It's popping all the time. Keep this conversation going 24/7. That's what happens in there. Start sit decisions. We're just going all night on this shit. Adam says it was a quad, so it's the same injury for Terry McLaurin. Nick says pick one: Gatson, Charbonnet, Marks, or Hendy. So I think I would go Hendy if there's no Stevenson and they're like he's the starter. Would you do that, or are they just going to play the other guy over him? Would you not risk that?
If they don't trade for anybody and Ramondre's out, I would have to start Hendy. It wouldn't be a confident start though. I can tell you that much. It would not be confident at all. I'd be scared going into it, but I mean, he'd have to get carries. Like have to get something. And I feel like that would be his time to shine. And if he shows out in the first, second quarter, and then he'll be used the rest of the game. And it's a risk I'm gonna take if I'm that owner.
That's the upside play. So like, I guess I'll phrase it like this: if you're a favorite, if you're favored to win, I know I hate projections, but let's say you're projected to win by 22 points, I would probably just go Gatson. If you're a 12-point underdog, and I know it's crazy to say Gatson has less upside, but give me a starting running back that could pop off for 130 yards and a touchdown and like 5 catches. So I want Hendy if I think I want Hendy either way. But again, if Stevenson's playing, it's Gatson or Sharps, correct?
Yeah, I'd say that. But I also don't base my start decisions on matchups. I go for just strictly points for. I want the most points for, considering I always get messed up later on in the year for points for.
I get it. Same here, but I'm just saying sometimes there's a tiebreaker where like you need a guy like that to go off. Max says McCarthy's on my waiver. Who would you rather have rest of the season, Darnold or McCarthy? It's Darnold easy. Easy.
Darnold is.
I mean, he also has JSN.
Right. Yep.
Connor says Spears or Dowdle. My running back depth is horrible after scat injury. Same here, man. I had 9 shares of scat. Fuck my life. And Connor injury early this year. It's Dowdle. It's Dowdle for sure. It's Dowdle. It's not.
We've been hyping up Dowdle on this stream here. But these injuries this year. I mean, I wasn't even watching. I was driving back from Champaign to our hometown, and all of a sudden I stop for gas, and I just see my friends talking about how Scat's dead, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But
essentially that's an accurate statement. His leg died.
Basically, I mean, the rest of this year is obviously dead. But it's in jeopardy for next year too, a little bit.
Oh, hold on a second. He was saying that that it's for this week. McCarthy. I'm not playing either way. I'm playing Darnold. I'm not playing McCarthy this first week back. I don't know how much they're going to throw the ball. So.
Yeah, I mean, even with what Destruction's saying there, McCarthy is a better playoff schedule. With a guy like McCarthy, I wouldn't care about a schedule. He's just not better than a lot of the quarterbacks fantasy-wise. He's not going to get you that points that you're going to want or need.
Let me ask you this. Trade deadline is November 4th, Chaz. Give me your percentage chance, just real quick, Breece Hall gets traded.
I think we said like 35 last time. I feel like it's got to be 50 and up.
Ooh.
I think it's.
Story said 15% yesterday, so really? I said 50. I said 50. Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of fans. I mean, obviously, fans are on two sides of the fence on this. They either want to trade them or they just want to extend them. But I'm seeing a decent amount of fans saying that they just want to extend their good players because, like, they're saying Breece Hall is really one of the best like runners in the NFL. It's just that he's just on a crap team, which I can definitely agree. I can definitely get behind that statement. It's just very, very hard with the fact that he's on such a shit offense with just nothing really going for him at this point, except for last week. But yes, I think that also plays into who he was playing against and the fact that they had to come back down from however much they were down. So I think they're going to sell high, but that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens.
Mouth in here. What's going on, Mouth? Again, thank you for that super earlier. He said, "What's up, boys? I'm thinking about unloading Kittle for Nico. I got to trade his Kittle, Iomanner, and Isaiah Davis for Zach Ertz, Nico Collins, and Trey Benson. This is a 14-man league. I think I like that trade a lot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Ertz has looked great. And I mean, obviously, Kittle did get a touchdown last week. Kittle looked great last week, but I mean, yeah, Iomanner, Davis. Yeah, I mean, I like Nico and Ertz, especially more than what you're getting there in Kittle. I mean, obviously Benson is going to come back later on in the year, so I would smash on this, Mouth, if I were you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Also, shout out Mouse South Downtown Sports Podcast on every platform that's not YouTube. It's linked in the description. You can also search for it on Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, your podcast app. Downtown Sports, where sports come home. Great show. Check that one out. Really entertaining. They had Iron Eagle on their show. I mention that every time, but like they did. So, and they also had me on their show. So I sat in the same seat, even though I did it from here, but essentially same spot Iron Eagle's in. And I think I did better than Iron Eagle too. I think I'm better. I think I'm just better than Iron Eagle. I'm kidding. Joke. Love Iron Eagle. Here we go. 29 people watching, 2 likes. What can we do better? It was only 2 likes. Must have been 20 likes.
I'm seeing 19. I just made it 19. Actually, I realized I hadn't liked it already.
Alex says Wilson, McNichols, or P. Ryan this week. 4-4. Also loves to see Chaz in here. Chad, people love you, Chaz. You're just a really nice, upbeat. You're always smiling. When I was watching, when the intro comes on, the minute intro when we start the stream, I can see your, the bottom, and I can see you just smiling. What were you smiling about?
I love the tune.
Oh, it's a good tune. That's a custom tune my buddy made.
It's great. About fantasy football. I love coming on the show every week. I mean, I'm just getting ready for the show,
Well, hey, Chaz, hopefully I have you on for the next 40 years because this shit's it's gonna go somewhere. I feel like I'm gonna make it go somewhere. I've been on every night for the last like four months. I feel like it's been a long time. I don't miss nights. So
hey, it's going somewhere, and you've already gotten it somewhere. You've gotten amazing fan base already, and now you just got to keep on expanding what you got going.
Yeah, anyone that's not in here is missing out because the guests are amazing, the group is amazing, the Discord's amazing. The community is it's not just like they're people and they like football, they're like good people. You know what I mean? Like, which you would think that, I'm kind of I'm not saying I'm an outrageous dude, but like some people might call me like, I'm not PC, I guess. You could see maybe some scummers getting in there. Well, there's no scummers. There's no no Deshaun Watsons in the Discord. And if there are, that's fine, I guess. Anyway, let's answer his question. Let's answer Alex's question. Wilson, McNichols, or P. Ryan this week?
Sorry, just
it might be McNichols, bro. He's killing it. It's full PPR,
He was, but man, I if Flacco's in there, I would love to see P. Ryan in there. But
that's a good one. Yeah. Okay.
That'd be my thing. Joe Flacco's.
I think you flip a coin because I can't really even give you it. It depends on a lot of stuff.
I could definitely see that. I mean, it's a hard two to decide from, if I'm going to be honest. But we'll see what happens with that Flacco injury. I feel like they're trying to hide it. I feel like he's going to be out, and I also might go to that game actually, which would be nice if I can go to that in Cincinnati.
Let's see here. Joseph, need 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. Sutton, Travis Hunter, Chase Brown, Bam, or Kittle. So 1 running back is going to be Chase Brown. I think I want Chase Brown over, even if there's no Joe Flacco. Chase Brown. And then the flex, you're going Sutton, right?
Yeah, I'd go. Well, yeah, I mean, I go Sutton. So what? Your wide receiver would be Sutton. Your running back would be Chase Brown, and then your flex would be
Kittle.
Depending, you think even if Wait, never mind.
Yeah.
I
We're going Kittle, baby.
was tripping on that one.
Yeah, we're going Kittle. That's the answer right there. Here we go. I did activate a little goal here. If you guys want to see a beer chug, just 5 supers gets a beer chug. And you know what? I'm gonna play the video just because I want to play the video because I love the video.
Here you go.
Also, I have one more shout out to make
boy.
here. Upload any of the new ones, but I'll just play this one just because it's relevant. To shout out the Sports Memes channel.
This is what you do when a player gets a concussion on the field. Put him back in the game. You're fined $200,000. Oh. It's Sunday! Let's break some stuff!
Yeah, so that is Sports Memes channel. Check that out. Heter says, are you running ads on this, or is that a YouTube thing? Just wondering if you were getting anything from YouTube so I can turn off my ad block for you. Are you getting ads on this? Because I did turn. Are you getting anything? Are you getting any ads?
I haven't gotten anything. I mean, it might be like on the actual videos, but on like the streams, I've never gotten anything. So,
well, let me know because I don't think live streams even have ads, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just the videos, but I've never really gone back to go watch. I'll check that later, actually.
Yeah,
I'll go back
and let me know in the ad on this video. And if don't turn the ad blocker off though, because if that's the case, if I get like 10 cents, live streams have no ads. Yeah, so don't turn the ad blocker off just in case. I mean, because I don't do long form videos anymore, so it's just the live streams and my 30-second videos. Which if you can't, you can do an ad on a 30-second video. CK, my dude, my hero, love you, CK, Patreon subscriber, also donating for me. We have 2 already, so 3 more I'm chugging. Thanks again for all your help, Rob, and all the boys. We got a nice crew. That's another thing that this show has that other shows don't have. Your Smitty and those guys. It's one personality, it's one opinion, and their opinions don't change. Mine do change. In regards to that, I have 7 of you guys who are all very, very bright minds and also think a little bit different than the other ones, right? So you can watch every night of the week and have a different opinion outside of mine, and I can just host the show and make funny little dick jokes, and that's kind of my gig here. I do give some analysis, right, Chaz?
You give a lot of great analysis. I love listening to you talk about some of this stuff. But especially when I need advice, I love asking questions when I'm on here about what I got going on with my teams. But nothing for this week.
CK, trade my ETN for Flowers. I want Flowers over ETN all day and twice on Sunday, baby, which is a day they.
I mean, Jay Flowers is like a true wide receiver 1 when playing this year so far with Lamar. So yeah, when he comes back, I'm hoping he explodes.
We got Scott in here saying fresh cut again. Scott, thank you for upgrading to he's a professional fanatic now. Scott has that distinction, which I much appreciate, buddy. You're the shit. He does have a fresh cut, by the way, too. And we have Ray in the chat. I was scrambling because I have a new dog, a puppy, and just a lot of stuff. So I sent your invite earlier, and I was going to send Ray's. I totally forgot. Once the stream has started, I can't send another invite, so it sucks.
Really?
I had to recreate a new stream if you got off to get Ray on. So sorry, Ray.
Wow.
Usually I'm on top of these things, but I've been hectic, stressful. But you know why? I still made the goddamn stream, baby. Jay says, could likely become relevant this season. It's going to take a lot, an injury or a trade, right? It's not going to be with Mark Andrews healthy, right?
Not with Mark Andrews healthy. I mean, even now, I mean, right now it's nothing. And then, I mean, even the work that Mark Andrews is getting right now, it's nothing substantial. I mean, you need a lot because I mean, even if Mark Andrews just gets injured, I don't think likely is going to be that weekly start above a lot of tight ends that you could be starting, in my opinion.
Team Money, is the questionable status on Shaheed and Watson serious? Well, I'm not worried about Watson. You can't really start him yet. That's probably just precautionary because he came back early. I will say this about Shaheed. Now, they're definitely trading a receiver there in New Orleans. It's either going to be Shaheed or Olave. From all reports I read, it's more likely Shaheed. And if he is nicked up, he left that game with a hip injury, I believe. And the deadline's so close. The last thing they want to do is run him out there, get him hurt again. That takes away their asset. So, I would almost bet my house the fact that Shaheed does not play this week. And I can do that because I
All
rent
right.
my house, Chaz. I can't give away a deed to something I don't own. But no, for real, if I own my house, I would probably bet a portion of my house, like my garage or basements, that Shaheed does not play. Are the Pats really in the market for a running back? I think they would have possibly been in the market anyway. And then the Stevenson injury and the fact that they literally despise Travion Henderson factors into the fact that they are in the market. I don't think they're in the market for a Breece Hall, but they could be in the market for a Tony Pollard. They could be in the market for a lower level dude on that team.
Yeah, definitely.
Drop BTJ for Hunter. No, you still want BTJ over Hunter pretty easily, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a one game type thing. Give me BTJ, even if he's a little banged up right now.
Yeah. Knicks or Jordan Love?
Are we
hot
talking
as
this
hell.
week or? I know Knicks has been hot as hell. Are we talking this week? Or are we talking rest of the season? I gotta see. I know Packers.
Packers have Carolina.
Let's see. Oh, that's all I need to hear. Give me love. Give me love.
And then rest of the year. I want Love rest of the year too. And you want Love rest of the year too, right?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, yes, Knicks has been hot, but I want more of a stable guy, especially with LaFleur's offense. I love LaFleur so much and his schemes.
This is a tricky one from Scott. Kittle or Bowers this week. Now, you should just be able to flex them. If you don't have a flex or somebody, you have someone better. Let's say you can't flex one. Who you starting? Bowers off the injury, hasn't played for 3 weeks or so. Terrible Raiders team, but decent matchup against Jacksonville. Devin Lloyd. If Devin Lloyd doesn't play, I think it's Bowers. If Devin Lloyd plays, I'm just going to roll with Kittle. I think the answer is you got to trade one of these guys also.
Yeah. I mean, if you're deciding between one of the two, I mean, this week I'd go Kittle just because it's against the Giants. I really think the Niners are just going to absolutely slaughter them, especially after that last week. That was brutal with that loss to the Houston Texans. Yeah, I mean, if you're really having to decide between one of these two guys, just ship them off your team. I feel like someone's going to give you a good wide receiver or running back for them.
And if you have to choose, if it's standard or half PPR, Scott, it's definitely Kittle. And full PPR is where Bowers makes his money more. Because, I mean, how many touchdowns are the Raiders going to score the rest of the season? The answer is like I can count on one hand. 5, probably.
Yeah, not much.
Titans are shopping Ridley to the Steelers, in my opinion. That would be good. He's got to get himself healthy first, but Ridley's a pro. That would be a good landing spot for him. That would also open up a lot of time for Io Manor and Shamir DK, which would be good. That's good. They're losing, and they're going to have that number 1 overall pick probably, and they're going to be able to trade it because it's a decent quarterback draft because they have Cam Ward. That's what you want to do. Don't do what the Patriots did last year and win that last game. Don't do it. It's dumb. I hate that. Can't drop BTJ for nothing. Maybe try to trade him. Don't drop BTJ. I would start BTJ. Everyone's just so panicked because how high you drafted him. Take that aside. He's still a wide receiver 3 at worst case. I just traded Chase Brown for him in my league, full PPR. I'm going all in. I have Bijan, CMC, and Jonathan Taylor. So I could start 4 running backs in this league because I have 2 flexes, super deep league. But my wide receivers are like Rashee Rice, Terry McLaurin, and like T Higgins. So I'm like, fuck it, give me Brian Thomas for another body there, and yeah. Let's see. Half PPR flex ETN, Charbonnet, Sutton, BTJ, or Hunter. Half PPR, man. It's Sutton. I think it always ends up being Sutton. But
it really does always end up being Sutton. Like,
it's not.
We
fake.
Love Sutton. It's not fake. It's not just a bias. I mean, obviously we have a little bit of bias, but I feel like in that, like, if I'm looking away from all the things I say about Sutton before, I'd still say Sutton. That's why I just love Sutton.
ETN or Tracy rest of season. This is probably Tracy, right? This is fucking wild to say. I think it's Tracy.
Yeah, I mean, it's with Scat out. I mean, that backfield it's almost going to be. It should be completely Tracy's. I mean, he's going to get a bunch of volume, bunch of work. I mean, he's not going to be fighting for any goal line or anything like that. So, I'd give me Tracy.
Here's why it's Tracy for me is ETN has Bayshell Tootin and a little bit of LaQuint Allen as a third down back behind him. And you know who Tyron Tracy has? Devin Singletary. I didn't mispronounce that. We call him Devin Singletary because he gets 1 carry. Devin Singletary is terrible. So that's why it's Tracy. Tootin could eat into his workload. Yeah, Singletary will be on the field for 1 single carry per quarter. But that's only like, he's only going to play like 20% of the snaps. Last name McAuliffe. I know, I'm pretty funny. Full PPR, flex, Worthy, Gatson, Montgomery, Downs, start one. Well, Josh Downs is probably missing this week. He has a groin injury that popped up. Been a rough year for him with injuries. So
yeah, he's been missing a lot too.
Man, is it Gatson? Because like Worthy is just nothing.
Worthy. He has like 3 or 4 plays that are specifically designed for him, and then the rest are just not for him. So yeah, I would love to go Gatson here.
Did you see the last catch he had on Monday night, Chaz, where he ran all the way back around?
Oh God, I didn't see that. I was very hungover that day, and I needed to go to sleep at that point.
So I had 2 bets. I had fucking JCM over 4.5 receiving yards. I can't believe he didn't get that. He didn't even have a target, but he was running some routes either way. And then I had Worthy over 45.5 receiving yards. He was stuck on 42, and there was 3 minutes left in the game. They're up by 3 scores. I'm like, this is fucking. I'm gonna go 0-2. And they throw a little screen pass to Worthy, right? And he needs 4 yards to beat it. And he could have gotten like 2 or 3, and he like dodges 2 guys. He runs all the way back around, like almost like how an end around would be, and like ends up getting 12. And I'm like, how are they even throwing the ball there? And it was just like I'm watching this play, and like my dick is like going up into my body, like it's going up into my body. My balls are shrunk. It was pretty awesome. Straight up. So we're going Worthy for the upside over Gatson. Is that what I hear from you?
No. I'm gonna go Gatson.
It's Gatson. Okay, I agree.
I
can see the appeal of going Worthy.
Yeah.
Game face, full PPR start. Another Worthy question: Worthy or Bam? Worthy or Bam Knight? This is a little closer, huh? We're going Bam Knight.
I'd still go. I'd still go Bam. I mean, it's against Dallas this week. I mean, I just feel like if Arizona doesn't get their offense moving this week, coming off a bye against Dallas, one of the worst defenses in the league, or at least for fantasy wise, and just giving up points in general. I mean, it would be complete failure if they don't put up like 30.
Free throw. He says, spell my name Derrick, Derrick. Yeah, I sent it like that to Blake, and he has a lot in his play. He does a lot for me. And I'll say this: your name is spelled a little untraditionally. So I did spell it like that when I sent him over the outline for that. So we will get that changed when more people join the Patreon, because I'm not gonna have him just change the spelling to send me another one. But thank you. I did notice that as well. But shout out to Mr. Free Throw Derrick with CK. Love you, dude. Appreciate you. Let's see. No one trades in my league. I hate leagues that don't trade. I also hate leagues that trade too much. What would you rather be in? Would you rather be in a league that has like 5 trades a week, which I have played in leagues like that, or a league that has 5 trades total?
I would go 5 trades total, just because the 5 trades a week, like you just look at some of the trades and you're just like, wow, this is just so stupid. It changes the face of the league, or at least changes a full team. And then at least with the 5 trades total, like you're getting at least some trades, but obviously it's not much. It's tough though, because then if you have a trash team or someone gets hurt and you're trying to move off someone, they don't really trade. But I'd still much rather be in a 5 total trade league than 5 trades a week, just because the variance and everything's moving around so much. It'd be unpredictable, and I wouldn't like it.
Yeah. I can't keep up with it either because I play 25 fucking leagues, so I can't have a league that's that active. Bink says, I would join, but I'm poor and I have a baby on the way. Congratulations, my man. He's here for the live streams, though. I appreciate you. If you want to, when you can, appreciate it if you do. If not, just strap in and watch me and do whatever you want to do, man. And next year, maybe, you will make your ass money, because we're making a lot of money on this channel this year. A lot of money with gambling, and then also the fantasy calls. Javonte Williams, Tucker Kraft, George Pickens, Chris Olave. Those are all on my PP list. Just JSN wasn't on my PP list, but I do have 5 shares of JSN. Just carrying my squads. Max says, as a Sutton owner, I can't start him just because he did what Bijan did. Had the best matchup. He could barely score 10 points. I'm starting Waddle over him. He's more consistent. I think Waddle might be the play over Sutton, but Waddle wasn't in those questions we were answering.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough as a Sun owner, but like compared to Waddle, yes, I'm starting Waddle all day. But sometimes guys have. I mean, it wasn't a Bijan, because Bijan would put up 2-3 points. I mean, it wasn't a complete Bijan, but still, I would like.
So Team Money says it's like Chris Brown hate that he beat. I can separate that and like his music. Yeah, I see. I'm more likely to not listen to someone's music because that doesn't. unless it's like one of my favorite artists, but I don't listen to like hip hop. So like all of my guys are rock stars that just shoot heroin, which is fine. Do whatever you want to do. Just don't hit women. Where these athletes, I'm forced to bet on them and play fantasy. Like I'm not going to avoid someone that's not good for my bottom line, but not listening to an artist doesn't affect my livelihood and my money and everything else. You know what I mean? It might affect my like enjoyment, but like, again, I don't like Michael Jackson anyway. I don't really care for his music. It's pretty good. I'm much more of a Prince fan. Shout out Prince, a gentle soul, a great man. Shout out Minnesota, big Vikings fan. Awesome basketball player too. Prince was like 5'7". I fucking love Prince, dude. One of them, probably a top 3 talented musician of all time, most talented musician of all time. Played every instrument. There's still like 1,000 hours of Prince music that's unreleased. That dude had a whole studio in his house that just
really?
like, yeah. I can see it because me and my boys have probably like 1,000 hours of music we haven't released. Now those aren't like written with lyrics, but they're still songs. So I see it, and it's Prince. He's a genius. All right, moving on here. Trone, I have McLaurin, but traded for Debo insurance, and it's already paying off. Yeah, Debo. Where do you have Debo? Because he looks bad. He looks injured. He looks fat. He looks slow. The offense looks broken. So what is your take on Debo? Like
it still isn't that low. Like I could see, I'm going to go higher 20s. So like 29, 28. Because like you got to think, Daniels is coming back. The offense should be way better. I understand he looks slow or whatever, but especially with no McLaurin, they're going to have to throw to people other than Hurts. Or other than Ertz, my bad. So I would say like 28, 29, high-end wide receiver 3.
All right, if Diggs doesn't play, are we riding Booty? I think you might be able to start Booty even if Diggs plays. Like he's just a touchdown every week guy. He's that big play merchant, right? He's what we thought. He's what we thought Jameson Williams was going to be this year, right?
Yeah, like, pretty much. And I mean
crazy.
And the success rate on deep balls for Drake May this year have been out of this world good, like out of this world. From the stats that I've been seeing on Twitter and stuff like that, it's been insane. What he's been doing, it's been generational.
Yeah, Hetzer says Jameson Williams over P-Ron because it's half PPR. We endorse that one for sure. CK Brees trade getting murkier. They said they might re-sign him. Why would they do that? They have Braylon Allen, who is a beast of a man, 21 years old. Isaiah Davis is like 22. They like both those guys there. So like, why would they sign Brees Hall? He's already had a major knee injury. Like they're not in win now mode anyway. Like, when are the Jets going to be relevant? Like 2000. Like, am I going to be alive when the Jets win? Like even make the playoffs, dude? Like. Get out of here with that shit.
That's
trade
tough.
Brees Hall.
Yep.
Trade him.
Just get your value. Just get your value out of him.
Max says, if Hendy does start, do I sit Sharp or flex him and sit Kittle? No, you're starting Kittle and Tyler Warren. So I would start Charbonnet over Henderson unless you have Stevenson being ruled out and maybe some type of blurb saying Henderson's going to get the first crack. And who's the other running back there, that random scrub that they were playing over him in garbage time?
I don't.
Like Tyler
don't
something?
Know.
I don't know who he is. I'm saying he's a person. He exists. He does exist. So I need a Stevenson ruled out, and I need a report that, like, I know we don't always want to trust reports, but I'd rather have one than not have one, that Hendy's going to get the first crack at the bulk of the work. That's why it's Hendy. Trone says need 2 wide receivers and a flex. It's PPR. Nico, Debo, Travis Hunter, Jalen Warren, Olave.
Definitely Nico and Olave. I'm definitely going to go those two, and then we're just deciding flex at this point. And depends on if BTJ's out, right?
Right. If BTJ's out, it's Travis Hunter. If BTJ's in, it's Jalen Warren.
Yeah, that's how I'm liking it.
From Blue to Green Live, who should I start in flex? Shamir DK, Kareem Hunt, Trey. It's Kareem Hunt. Now, Alec Pierce is tempting with no Josh Downs possibly, but it's Kareem Hunt, right?
Yeah, it's Kareem Hunt's been on a tear lately. It's something that you just can't ignore anymore. You just got to put him in your lineup and trust it.
GT, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I'm 2 away from a chug. Also, shout out GT for joining the Patreon. He is in the Discord. He joined last night, so everyone say hello. It was really late when he joined, so say hello to him on the Discord, man. He's a nice man. I don't know him personally, but I think he's a nice man. I would bet my life he's a nice man.
Rob.
Did I miss where was that? Oh, we got Big Ray. Yeah, Big Ray in the chat. My Jacoby for Jones, for Aaron Jones. We want Aaron Jones over Jacoby Myers for sure, right?
Yeah. I just can't trust anybody in that Raiders offense at all, other than Bowers. That's really it.
Ray says Rob Raid the Rays tonight. I'll be back tomorrow or Friday night, everybody. Yeah, Ray will be on for sure this weekend, probably twice or whenever he can. Yeah, I was just scrambling around. I just forgot to invite him. That was my bad here. This is a Ray Stansberry. I got an RB problem. You want to have Jonathan Taylor at RB1, DJ. That's RJ Harvey at RB2, Trey Benson in about 2 weeks. Tank Bigsby is in the fleet next week. Trey Benson's fine. Trey Benson's gonna be great. And I talked about this last night. Like, I was a little concerned when Trey Benson got hurt and DeMarcado was gonna get and they have Michael Carter. I was like, okay, if one of these guys emerges, I'm a little worried about Trey Benson's like workload coming back because it might be a 60-40. All these guys have sucked. Okay. So Trey Benson's second round pick at FSU. Trey Benson's a 70% snap player when he comes back. Do you agree, Chaz? Which is week 11.
Yeah. I mean, you look at you just said it. I mean, what are the other running backs done in his absence? Pretty much nothing. Like, it's been bad. It's been horrid. It's been guys getting dropped.
I give you Eddie DeMarcado. he literally shit on the coach's face and smeared it all over his face, dude. And then fucked his wife without a condom and gave her herpes. That's what he did.
Pretty much.
All right, Wally says Tiny Dancer needs to get traded. There's like no shot of this though, right? They're a win now mode. Why would they do that?
Yeah, I don't think so. Especially with how well they have been. I mean, Jasmine playing lights out right now. You can't do that.
Those of you that don't know who the Tiny Dancer is, it's Kenneth Walker.
On the close of Tiny Dancer.
Gotta love the Tiny Dancer.
Yep.
Here we go. Just chilling, Ray, enjoying the Blue Jays dub tonight. One more win for the Blue Jays. The evil empire, the new evil empire. The Dodgers look like they're going to fall with all that payroll and Shohei Ohtani being a god. Yeah. Give me the Blue Jays, baby.
Yep. And
I might throw a shackle or two on the Dodgers to win the World Series, though. If they're like 5 or 6 to 1 odds, which I doubt they will be, down 3 to 1. You think we're going to do that?
I mean,
if it's 6 to 1, would you put $10 on it or $20?
I wish it was 6 to 1, but I really don't think it's going to be 6 to 1.
They're down 3 to 1. We got J-Bob in the house. Shout out to J-Bob.
Yamamoto for at least one game.
Shout out to J-Bob. He is a professional fanatic in the Patreon. Actually, J-Bob isn't even in the Patreon. I put him in the Patreon because he's given me like $150 the last month in super chat or something, like a lot. So he's a forever super chat, J-Bob. So also J-Bob, I do appreciate you, and we got to have you on the show soon, J-Bob. When you're a professional fanatic as a fan here, you become part of the cast of crew. That's what I want to give back to people here. Here we go, Mr. Free Throw. Thank you, Derek. Here we go. Put the hat on backwards here. They said I look like Ben Roethlisberger with a backwards hat.
Oh my gosh! I mean, now that you say it, I can see it.
Fuck! I gotta stop doing that. You
just gotta grow out the beard a little more for the Big Ben look.
Yeah, just don't. Then I'm not allowed to be going to college bars. Then, you know what I mean? Ben Roethlisberger. Not a Rob joke. I don't endorse that joke. Do you? Big Ray. You're in college. What are you talking about? Good for you. Start Daniel Jones. This is from Ryan. Start Daniel Jones or Matt Stafford. Are we going Danny Dimes here? Matt Stafford's got a nice matchup against the Saints.
Yeah, New Orleans. Let me see who Daniel's playing against. Ooh, the Steelers. But I think I saw something where that over-under is going to be like 50.
The Steelers is no, dude. It might be Daniel Jones. The Steelers is probably a better matchup. Yeah. Never mind. I'm changing it, dude. Baker Mayfield scored like 6 fantasy points against the Saints. Saints aren't going to put up any points. The Steelers will. It's Daniel Jones, dude, for sure. Daniel Jones. That's the answer. We talked ourselves into that one for sure. That trip, Hetzer, that is shout out to Matt. That's Poker Guts, what he used to be on here. Sports Memes channel. He is giving me access to all those awesome shorts. We're kind of collaborating. I got a lot of people help me out. I'm trying to help out people as well. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, go check it out. Sports Memes channel on YouTube. He has them out a day before I get them. I'll wait a day to put mine out that he gives me. They're amazing though. They're fucking amazing. Mr. Hart, welcome to the channel. That's Ray being an awesome ambassador for the channel. Thank you, Ray. We love you. He's still in the chat. What a good guy. Drop Charbonnet for Hunter. I have BTJ and ETN. No. I want Charbonnet over Hunter just because Charbonnet is a league winner. Like if there's an injury.
Yeah. I mean, if the Tiny Dancer goes down, I mean it's all hands on deck for Sharps. I mean, literally all.
We saw it last year. He was like a top 3 running back for. He was two.
Yes.
We had a 3-game stretch and then a 2-game stretch. It was a 5-game stretch where he was averaging like 22 full PPR points a game. He was getting like 21 carries and like 4 catches. It was a little like light. It was a light Christian McCaffrey load, I guess you'd say. Heavy for most people. Gatson or Bowers rest of the season. This is Bowers, and it's really easy, right?
Yeah, I mean he's finally coming back, and then you're gonna get what you wanted or what you waited for basically since the start of the season. I mean the guy's been injured for a while, and then it got scary there, and now you've been just waiting for him to come back. At this point, don't give up on him.
And it's never he was always going to be a bust at that ADP most likely just because like think of all the things that worked against him, right? You have Geno Smith being terrible, the offensive line being trash, the team not scoring any points, him getting injured, and having to draft him in the middle of the second round. It was just too much, right? But he's still going to be a top 3 tight end, right? He's still a top 3 or top 4 in PPR. I think I still maybe want Trey McBride, and I still want Tucker Kraft. Maybe he's probably going to be number 3. I would say probably number 3. But would it surprise you if he outscores all of them if he's healthy? It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Same here.
Oh, J-Bob, he did a little trick on me because someone super chatted me first and I started the goal after. So since I'm a gentleman, he gamed the system. J-Bob gamed the system. I already did it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like 2 minutes and I'm going to do it. I got to catch my breath here. And then I will do it. I'm a man of my word. Come on, man. What do I got to do tomorrow? I got to play NBA.
I know you're a man of your word, Rob. You don't kind of convince me.
Tell the people what kind of boss I was. Chaz's boss for 3 years.
Yeah. All right. So the first year when I first met him, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was a dick. I was getting the rookie treatment. I was getting the rookie. Dude, do you remember?
Of course, you were a fucking rookie, bro.
You'd send me to the range every 2 seconds. Like I would just get back. I'd see you guys all sitting there doing jack shit. And you'd be like, Chaz, go do this. Chaz, go that. I'm like, oh fuck. And then after that, we got new rookies, and then it felt like I was just really talking to you the entire shift. The entire shift, I would just talk to you.
Chaz,
nothing.
That's also life. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the hazing. Like you didn't get a dick in your mouth or anything. Like that could have happened. That's actual hazing. No, I don't. I'm a weird boss.
It's like, damn, you're a great boss, in my opinion. The management's there, and then because you're the boss, if things went wrong, it wasn't my fault. But there was never anything that did go wrong, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we're killing. Eric says, "What do you think? Receiver Devontae Adams, AJ Barner, Benson, give away Quentin Johnson and Gatson and Love. I have Mahomes and Tyler Warren. So he's gonna get Devontae Adams and Benson. He's giving away Quentin Johnston. I love that trade. All fucking day. You're getting Devontae Adams and Trey Benson?
Yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams has been sick as of recently. So, I'll do it.
100%. What do you think the chances Quinshon Judkins misses week 10? He's got a bye this week, has a shoulder injury, AC joint.
I mean, they're not really in a rush to bring him back. I'd go flip a coin. That's what I would do. I don't think it's a for sure coming back, but it's also not a for sure. Yeah, I mean, they also don't want to rush him back. They don't want to run him injured.
Ray says, yeah, Rob has small balls. We all agree. I mean, that's documented. I tell that to everyone. My wife disagrees, but like, I'd much rather have small balls and an average to above average size dick than like a small dick and big balls. Like, that's weird. Like, I don't care. Balls. Most girls don't even like balls. I don't even like girls fucking with my balls. Not a big fan of that shit. Just fuck the shaft, man. Okay, moving on. That's why the show is one of a kind, right? It's one of a kind. You get me off the cuff here, doing my shit. Kind of nervous. Big Ray, bear down. Yeah, bear down, baby. Scott says my league has 3 trades, all between me and the same guy. That's amazing. That's amazing. Waddle or Pickens from Ryan. What do you got? You do this while I chug it up. Ryan or Pickens?
Honestly, rest of the season, I'd go. That's tough. I'm gonna go Pickens. I love Pickens. I think Pickens is like a for sure wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 2 for the rest of the year, and then if you have the factor of if CD goes down, he's a prominent top 6 play every week. So, and obviously we're not hoping for any injuries or predicting that stuff because it's hard to predict, and you really can't predict it. But yeah,
100%.
give me Pickens.
Jeez, J Bob, another $2 donation. Thank you, J Bob. That's the first. Did that not count for the goal? Well, I'm counting that for the goal. I have a goal set. Anyways, Kamara and Olave for Tracy and BTJ. Which side do you like, Kamara and Olave or Tracy and BTJ? I'm gonna go Tracy and BTJ. Right? Like I don't want 2 players in the Saints.
Yeah, I love
Olave.
It's 2 players from the same team, and I don't know how Kamara has really been as of lately. And then Tracy's going to be a workhorse back there for the Giants, and they've been pretty good. And then BTJ, I know he's banged up, but still, give me BTJ.
Yeah, we want that trade, and it's risky because BTJ, we don't know about the shoulder injury. He's wearing a harness, but I mean, he's kind of a bitch too. I traded Kelsey after he wore the free Rice shirts. Hey, Kelsey fucking balled out on Monday night. He balled out.
He did.
Kittle for Breece Hall.
I did watch the first half of that game.
Well, all he has Kraft. Kittle for Breece Hall. What do you think about that?
I mean, if you're, yeah.
Is that doable?
Yeah, I'd go and get Breece Hall there. I'm just thinking of like like who I would want in my flex, especially if Breece Hall gets traded. Breece Hall gets traded, the upside on that's going to be absolutely nuts, and Breece Hall will be a top. Maybe a top 12 play every week. So,
yeah. And you have Tucker Kraft. Blake says, I already sent you the fixed versions of the Patreon members. He's always listening. He's always watching. Blake is my Jamie. Shout out to Blake. Makes my life a lot easier, and I can't wait to be big, to actually make you a thing in popular culture. Like you'll be the Jamie. You'll just be the Blake. You'll be the Blake. Like you're the Chaz. He'll be the Blake, and he'll be known on all walks of the earth as the Blake. There'll be T-shirts about him. There'll be women swarming him. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait because I'm married, so like I'm gonna pass them all to you, because I have an awesome wife who's super hot.
You're just throwing the lob. You're still the lob.
Yeah, Hetzer. I'm trying to trade for Kelsey. I'm trying to trade Kelsey for a decent wide receiver, but no one wants him. Now they should, because that performance, he looked pretty good. He's wide. They can't guard everyone in Kansas City right now, and he's the one being left open. And he still has that weird little connection, that amazing connection with Patty Mahomes. So Kelsey's definitely a top 10 guy rest of the season. So you just got to find the team that needs a tight end. End of story. And you can get whatever you can for him if you have another tight end there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great explanation.
Yeah. Let's see. Or what other running back is worth that Kittle price? What would you put the running back there for Kittle? Like, is it like I'm trying to think of a name.
I'm trying to even think of like the top 10 guys. So you got.
Can it be a top 10 guy though? Running backs are hard, right?
Okay, not really.
Derrick Henry, you're not going to get Derrick Henry. I don't think you're going to get Derrick Henry, right? Chase Brown.
I feel like that's an undersell though. If you're going to go Kittle to Brown.
Right. Tyrone Tracy, but like I don't want to do that. So I think you stick with the wide receiver there. CK Rob, have you seen the live Prince solo while my guitar gently weeps? Yes, I have. That's I mean, there's so much good Prince shit. I fucking love Prince. I got a good one here. We got J Bob, my man, my hero, he's Tucker Kraft's my brother, my father, my lover, my friend. J Bob, I gotta come up with something for J Bob. So is Chaz your actual government name? It's Charles, right?
No, it is not. No, yep. I'm a fourth generation. So Chaz was just a nickname because obviously you can't say Charles to everybody. So that was the nickname that my mom and dad gave to me, and it's just what it's been ever since. A lot of my friends call me Chuck now, but it goes back and forth. One of the two.
That's do you like Chaz though, or you don't want to go by
Yeah.
Charles, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really mind. I've heard nobody's ever called me Charles, except for like any teachers in my classes when they read Charles. But like then I tell them after that. But no, it's either Chaz, Chuck. I got a lot of different nicknames with certain friends though, but I like them all. So it's awesome.
Daniels or May from Ryan. Daniels or May rest of season. I think it's Drake May at this point.
Yeah,
He's
rest of
durable. He's not
season, give me
hurt.
May.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, Drake May's just been on a whole different level. I tried telling my dad that he's been playing at an MVP level, and he totally shot me down. But I was like, nah, dude, I think he's gonna be in the MVP voting this year. So, especially if he keeps on playing like this.
Devious, what's going on, man? Am I crazy for considering this full PPR? Considering trading Bijan and Chris Olave for Jamar Chase and Bucky Irving. That's not crazy
like
at all because I mean Jamar Chase and Bijan are pretty close. Yeah, I give the edge to Bijan because he's a running back, but and Chris Olave is killing it. I love Chris Olave,
still getting Irving.
But I think we saw what Rashad White is. We saw it when he started the year 2023 to himself, inefficient, volume, decent third down back, but it's Bucky Irving's gig, and I like this trade. I hate trading Bijan, but you're getting Jamar Chase, who's about the safest. Like, dude, literally, did you see last week? I know he had the 23 target game on the primetime game.
And he got 19 last week.
19, and it's not just that. Didn't T. Higgins only have like 3 targets? Like nobody else had over 3 targets. So it's like two.
Yeah, 2 targets.
Yeah, it's like
2 targets for 1 catch
getting
for 44 yards and that touchdown. That was it.
Unreal. The only problem is if Joe Flacco's seriously hurt, I would wait a day or two, Devious, see what the Flacco thing is. Because without Flacco, you're going to get back to high-end wide receiver 2 numbers. But with Flacco, he is the number 1 receiver in fantasy. Like maybe Puka. I'd probably rather have Puka, but it's like he's top 3.
I'd rather have Puka. Still,
Coleman or Booty? Coleman or Booty rest of the season? I'm still going Coleman, but you know my Coleman love. Yeah, you know my Coleman love. So actually, just go with Booty because
Coleman, I just can't. I just can't hop on that Coleman weight after he's like DJ Moore, but just a little worse. Like he's gonna get only 3 targets instead of 3 things.
We have the Blake in here saying the name is Terrell Jennings is the running back behind. I knew it was like Terrell or something like that. I never heard of this guy. So that's the running back that was getting the garbage time work that one game when they gave Henderson like 14% snap share. That was the game after Gibson got hurt, I think, or the second game after. They were giving this Terrell Jennings guy. Who knows? He'd play ahead of Henderson. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, J-Bob, again, we're getting close to another one, man. That's 3. We need 2 more. With wide receivers, Chase.
Every time I'm in here.
I love J-Bob. He's the best. J-Bob is like the whole funding operation of the show besides the Patreon. That's why he's a fanatic, baby. He doesn't need to get to the Patreon because J-Bob is above the Patreon. He is the fanatic, actually. With wide receivers, Chase and Mark. I think Mark and J-Bob are the fanatics of fanatics. Not to like single anyone else out. You guys are awesome, but like I gotta shit out the top 2 dogs in here. Where are the dogs at? That was awful. J-Bob with wide receivers, Chase, Puka, Olave, Waddle. How am I 4-4? Because Chase was terrible early in the season, right?
Chase had that down a couple weeks. Puka been hurt.
Either way,
Olave has been giving consistent, but
that's wacky and wild stuff right there. I don't. How is that possible? You have 4. Literally, you have the number 1 receiver. Puka was the number 1 receiver. He's number 1 in points per game. Olave's a top 10 and Waddle's top 13. So you essentially have 4 wide receiver 1s in PPR. I mean, your running backs must be rough, and you might have like Mark Andrews.
Puka was literally dropping like 35 every week.
I would wager a lot of money that J-Bob has the most points against in that league by like 60 points. You know, every year there's a guy that is like 3rd or 4th, in this case probably 1st in points, and then he's also 1st against and ends up washing out to a 500 record, which I hate. And there's a team that limps in with like 8th or 9th in points out of 12 and gets the 3 seed. I fucking hate that. Yep. But you know what? That's similar to real football, right? Because it's not who you play, it's when you play them. That's the NFL, dude. Every week's different. Like you want to play the Falcons with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. You want to do that. Oh, here we go. This would be a good show right here. I would just literally sit back and watch and just sit here and like be like a judge. Got to have J Bob and I on the show, big rivals. So Jason's a giant Bucks fan. J Bob is like the biggest Eagles fan in the history of the world. Yep. Even though J Bob lives in Louisiana, so yeah, that would be dope. We're gonna set that up for sure, Jason.
We might have to get a little J Bob
maybe this weekend or something.
As to why he's the Eagle fan. Is it just is it a bandwagon or no? Is it is he been there a long time?
No. Why he gave me the explanation. I have bad memory. Yeah, it's something like his dad was a Saints fan, and then they were terrible. Like when he was like, I don't know, at some point they were terrible. So he just went to the Eagles, and it's a pretty good decision, honestly.
That was
like I would like to be an Eagle. I would like to be an Eagles fan over a Bears fan, like right now.
Yeah.
So Mark says this community is so fucking awesome, man. I love it. I'm saying I'm very, very proud of what I've built. Like that's what I could hang my hat on, dude. Like it's, a lot of guys, I'm telling you, I was talking to Blake today and like a little private, me and him have our little private DMs. And we were talking about just like clickbait shit, how guys get big from clickbait and like how, I made the whole Quentin Johnson, like he's going to be a wide receiver 3 when he was wide receiver 4. And like, that seemed like clickbait, but that clearly happened and it wasn't clickbait. I don't say shit for clickbait. And I also don't want subs because of that. Like I'm a little outrageous and like, that's just me. I'm just being me. As you know, Chaz, this is like, tell them this is just me. You work with me at 6 a.m. My ass is singing. I'm fucking singing at the top of my lungs. Like, you know what I mean? I had 2 hours of sleep the night before out partying. I'm just fucking singing, bro. So, and that's what I want to fucking portray to these people.
You'd be sitting there editing your video, singing whatever the hell you wanted to, and then you'd have Radiohead on in the background. Buckethead. I don't know what I was saying. Radiohead. Buckethead.
Well, Radiohead's more well known. Buckethead's the greatest guitarist of all time. 600 albums. If you do not know Buckethead, check out fucking Buckethead. Every genre of music, all himself, plays every instrument. Fucking God. Scott says, is Saquon, I have a beer chug coming up here. Scott says, is Saquon injury serious? We don't know about Saquon. I'll tell you this much. We don't like groin injuries with running backs. We don't like them. That's worse than a hamstring, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that can sideline a running back, especially with the Eagles, they don't want to rush him back. And I understand they also do want to rush him back for that Monday night game, but because they are on the bye, but still, you don't even want to put Saquon in jeopardy at all. So, gotta watch.
Jay says good defense to stream this week. That's going to be the Rams, right? Coming off a bye against the Saints, against Tyler Shuck, and you have an injury. You have a limpy Alvin Kamara. You might not have Rashid Shaheed. Like that's a smash. It's a 14 or 15 point line, bro.
Yeah, I already don't know how that. I don't know how the Rams wouldn't already be on a team, but especially after with waivers going through right now. But if you can get defense, if you can get the Rams, I'd go grab them.
100%. We got Ray in here. What's going on, the Chaz? Love your content input. Rob needs to have us on both on a crossover ASAP. 100%. That was the plan tonight. But I mucked that one up. And also we have Ray. We have Ray donating here. When did you find out the big Ray was for real in fantasy football? You did well in XFL. You had some weird picks that was kind of made me a little questioning you. And I know you're a big Bears fan, but I thought you were a little biased in terms of fantasy. And, everyone can get lucky and win one championship, so it's whatever. I hold myself to such high esteem. And then I invite Ray in my league last year. It's a deep league. Like my league it was originally a 12-team, 3 receivers and 2 flexes. You could start 5 receivers. Big boy league, right? 7 bench spots. Like there's no waiver wire. And I was a 3-time champ. I was going for 4 in a row, bro. And he comes in and wins, beats me in the semifinal, and then wins the finals. And then last year wins back-to-back, beats me, I think, in the finals. So he came in and won 2 in a row in my league. And so technically we won the last 5, but he's 2-0. He's won 2 for 2. And that's awesome. But this year, and this year, the motherfucker's 7-1. I'm 7-1 as well. But yeah, so that's when I found out he's real. Ray is for real, and his biases and his passion is actually an advantage. Where a lot of people, it's like a negative, but he is so dug in on his takes, and usually they are right. So he will draft guys way ahead of ADP, which isn't usually great business, but yeah, he pulls it off. Jason says, wait, J-Bob ain't from Philly. This guy, no, he's from Louisiana, man. He's 4 hours north of of New Orleans. See, I actually get to know my fans too. Now, when it gets huge, it's gonna be hard to get to know everyone. But I actually taking time to like, I want to know like things about you. How big are you? Things like that. You know, like that's what I want to know.
Yeah, just.
But
the
I
big
have
stuff.
to drink up here, so I have to drink up here. So let me find exactly where I'm at in the chat, and you can answer a question here.
Yeah,
So
give me a question here. Give me a question, Rob.
yeah, I got you. Drop Rashad White for Garrett drop Rashad White or Garrett Wilson for Trey Benson. Must be a really shallow league. No, drop Rashad White for sure. That's the one, right?
Yeah. So I was gonna say not G Willie, not I would drop White and go Trey Benson easily there.
How far back am I? Okay, I think I found where we're at here. We're good. Trade Gatson plus Addison for Lamar. Gatson plus Addison for Lamar. I'm down with that. He's got McBride.
Especially with what your tight end or especially with what your QB situation is. You said Flacco right now with him being in jeopardy. I mean, go get Lamar and your tight end's already McBride. So yeah, there's no easy smash in my opinion.
Give me your thoughts on Cooper Kupp, man. Is he worth stashing? He's had 1 touchdown this year. He's their number 2, but Torrey Horton still plays. They like the tight ends there, and they like both their running backs.
I mean, it's just so hard because, I mean, he hasn't been performing how he usually has been, and with JSN kind of, excelling as how he's been excelling. I mean, he really has the most receiving yards in the league. I think it's been hard to get Cooper Kupp the ball as much as he has been in the past. Kind of like the handcuff in case. I mean, yeah, but you can say that about a lot of receivers. You could say like, oh, in case Chase goes down and T Higgins will be good. It's like it's kind of like saying that in my opinion. So I wouldn't worry about that more so. I wouldn't drop him for JMO though. I'd still keep him over JMO in my opinion.
David said Smitty is copying you. He's watching your stream. He's doing what you are doing right now, reading all the. Yeah, well, he's been doing that way before me. So if anything, I copied his stream. He only reads super chats because he's that big and that's all he has time to do. But he is much more of a dick than I am, man. Like if you say anything that like disagree with him or call him out, like I only get pissed when people call me on things I didn't say. You know what I mean? Or when it's stupid, where it's like, oh, you told me to start like, Breece Hall over like a backup running back when the backup running back, like when that was obvious. Like just because it's like when a guy's ranked RB8 and the other guy's like consensus ranked RB30, and I tell you to start the RB8 guy, you can't say, dude, you fucked my team. Like, you know what I mean? That's not all right. That's not even a judgment call. That's actually just a dumb question.
The best ones are when people call in and then they say some stupid shit and he just like gets them out of there. It's actually pretty.
It's entertaining. But like he says in his thing, he says like the show's funny. Like the only part's funny is him getting pissed and being a dick to people. Like he is not really a funny guy. Would you call him funny?
No. It's more so like funny or like in shock of like how he treats the motherfuckers when they come on. Excuse my language, but it's
you would
really
call me funny, right, Chaz? I'm funny.
Yeah. Well, because you come up with like authentic stuff. He's just kicks him off show and says a bad thing about him. It's like, all right.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I want to treat people with respect. Yeah, I've snapped at a few people, but I've also, there's a lot of people on here. I try my best. Sometimes I get a little, a little irritated. Scott says he's going to call you Chuck now. Do you think Tracy will finish a top 10 running back? So let's just say top 10 going forward, not for the whole season. Where would you rank him right now? I think we kind of talked about this earlier. Like, is he top 15 for you?
Yeah, I was about to say 15. He's not top 10 because I could probably name 10 running backs that I'd want over him for the rest of the season. But 15, I feel like that's where he's kind of he'll snuggle in.
This is 007's in here. What's up, bro? Who would you drop out of Tootin, Brian Robinson, or Algier?
Definitely not.
It's got to be Tootin. It's got to be Tootin. It's not Brian Robinson Jr. either. Like Tootin is probably most likely to start games.
I mean, yeah, because think about it. I mean, the usage CMC has been getting. I mean, I have one of my good friends is a diehard Niners fan. He's been texting me about CMC. He's like, man, like I'm so surprised how CMC's been this year. Like he's still holding up with all the usage. You gotta stash Brian Robinson and Algier. I would drop 2 in there easily.
Yeah, I think Tootin has the best chance to. He definitely has the only chance of these guys to overtake the starter, which is
Yeah.
because the other guys have no chance. But let's just say all three of them were starting like the rest of the year because there was they were all in a car together. There was a car accident. God rest their souls. They didn't die. They just hurt their ankles. Right? It was a fender bender.
Yeah.
And we have Tootin, Brian Robinson Jr., Algier. Like I rank it Algier, Brian Robinson, Tootin. I think Algier is a top 7 running back. I think Brian Robinson Jr. is a top 12 running back, and Tootin would be like a top 18 guy. He'd be right around the range of Tyron Tracy.
Yeah,
Johnny Kicknuts. What's up, man? Need 2, Gatson, Bowers, or Troy Franklin. It's Gatson and Bowers. Troy Franklin's hot, but Bowers for sure. And then it's Gatson or Troy Franklin. But you're going the tight ends?
Yeah, I go tight ends. Definitely Bowers there. And then Troy Franklin. He's been hot, but like I would much like go with the hotter guy in Gatson. In my opinion.
Derek says Jacksonville is the defense stream of the week. I'll have a couple points on this one. I do like their defense. I also kind of like the Raiders defense, believe it or not, in this one as a deep streamer because the difference is the Raiders are at home, and if Devin Lloyd is not playing, you see the difference in the Jacksonville's defense. I haven't heard a report on Devin Lloyd. He is the heart and soul of that defense. He calls the plays. So, and you have both teams coming off the bye, and like the Raiders play a lot better at home, and I could see an Ashton Genty game like coming forward here, where they just run the ball all over the Jags without Devin Lloyd, and you have Brock Bowers back. So, like, that's why I'm not going to put him up there with the Rams and the Packers and some of these other teams that are 14-point favorites. Those are easy smashes. I think Jacksonville's like top 8. What do you think of starting the Raiders defense this week, though, at home against Jacksonville?
I wouldn't mind it. I could easily see that game being like just a low scoring. Like both offenses are struggling. Defenses are just holding it down. And not so more so holding it down, but just not giving up that many points, which especially in those kind of leagues, it's nice. So I could definitely see it if you did want to start the Raiders defense.
We got Unique in here. I've not seen Unique in a bit. What's going on, brother? Hard one. Which D this week? Ravens, Raiders, Falcons, Giants, Dolphins, Commanders, Saints, Cardinals, Titans, Vikings. It's Ravens for me, I think, right? Against the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Especially with like how the Dolphins were last week. I know they came out hot. I think that may have saved McDaniel's job, but like still, I think the Ravens are just going to put the pedal to the metal this entire game, and I just think they're going to try to have the ball most of the time. So I would go Ravens.
Yeah. Honorable mentions. Like I said, the Raiders could be sneaky at home, and then Giants have a good defensive line. Those are my like honorable mentions. But Dolphins, Commanders, Saints, Cardinals, Titans, like all those teams, absolutely not. Bengals, Panthers. Yeah. Those are bad defenses and not plus matchups. Appreciate you, Unique. We have this is Ray comments.
Yeah, that was about the Cooper Cup, which I can see that.
Goated Land. Hey, what waiver wire quarterback should I pick up? So it depends on who's available, but there won't be much. Yeah. Penix could be available, I think. Cam Ward, it's not good there. CJ Stroud, if he's available, but I don't like the matchup. I think Trevor Lawrence is the guy if he's available. But there's teams on buys this week, and there's not much. I do like Sam Darnold, but a lot of these guys aren't available. So it's hard to say without knowing. Oh, shit. Sorry. You can hear me, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm looking at you. I'm like, man.
It happens. It happens sometimes with this app. I'm back, though. I'm back. So, yeah, whoever's best available, like I wouldn't be opposed to starting Cam Ward. I know it's a tough matchup. He's going to throw a lot. At this point, you just want volume, right? It's not going to be Jake Browning. That's pretty apparent.
Definitely not. Oh, God, Jason's talking about the time the Bucks just whooped the
Hey, it's fine. I can go through comments. You guys, this is about you guys as well here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? It is more of a Discord thing, just so you know. Wink, wink. But you're fine. So Jason says, "Sorry, Rob, effing up the show with the back and forth comments, making your job harder for the listeners. My apologies. Join the Discord."
Hey, make Rob work. Make Rob work a little bit.
Yeah, I can handle it. Last night I was struggling, dude. I had to not read a comment at the end of the show last night because someone gave me one of those paragraph ones with their whole team, and I was just I can't even read this. It was 2.5 hours in. Even though I've done 4-hour streams, it was just one of those days where I was just fried. So join the Discord. You got to get in the Patreon and get in the Discord. It's in the description of this the show notes here. Also, it's just Professional Fanatics on Patreon. Get in the Discord. There's 57 people in this bitch right now, and why would you not? What, Chaz, it's awesome, right? It's great. I got to shout out the
I'm
guys
in
here.
there.
Here's the guys.
I'm in there.
Yeah,
I've
that's why I was
around there
saying.
sometimes.
So, yeah, a lot of good perks in there, too. This is just part of them. Just part of them. You want to play fantasy leagues with us? You want free merchandise? You want to get in the Discord? You want access to my elite bets, like early bets. And I will say they're elite because right now we are crushing ass. We are 18-3 in the NBA, Chaz, on player props. We are 36-19 in the NFL. That seems bad after the 18-3, but 36-19 in the NFL is doing some work. That is like 66%, baby. So if you want that, you can still get all that stuff for free. You can't get in the Discord, unfortunately, because I don't want to have 200 people in there. Everyone in there is a Patreon member, besides like the first 20 guys that were on these streams. They're OGs here. I do prefer their support, but I'm not going to kick people out because they've been in there from the start. That would be rude of me, and I'm not a rude person.
You're not a rude person.
I don't think.
Nope.
Thanks,
you're not spinning yet. You need to grow a little bit more, and then you can be spinning.
What if I fucking me, bro? I have that in me, but I'm not going to be like that. Drop Coker for a defense. I mean, yeah, you have to play a defense. I don't care who it is. Like, if you need a win, you're not playing without a defense. So definitely do that one. That's
interesting.
Bobby says, let me know if I should make any improvements or trades. Team is Knicks, Purdy, Rice, Sutton, Coleman, Golden, CMC, Saquon, Henry, Kyron. You have awesome running backs. Tyler Warren and Gatson.
Running backs.
So you got to trade one of your tight ends. Trade Gatson. Trade Gatson right now. That's your guy. You're going to trade him high. And you want to probably pair him with a running back. So, you know what? I'm trying to think. You have too many running backs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. CMC, Saquon.
So just upgrade wide receivers. So trade Gatson and Sutton. I know Chad's going to hate that, and try to get yourself like a Drake London or Nico Collins, right?
Yeah,
that can get it done.
Or you can try and pair up or you can throw a running back in there and just try and get a top wide receiver. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, your running backs are loaded, dude.
Right, Kyron would be the one to trade,
loaded.
But I feel like Kyron's value is only going to get better. He's had a rough couple weeks. So yeah, who's a better stash for you, P. Ryan or Bigsby? P. Ryan's more playable for sure when like the backs are healthy. It's probably going to be Bigsby. The thing is, do we even know Bigsby's going to be the fucking full-time starter? Like, do we know that?
Yeah,
I think it would be the case, but do we know that? They did trade for him for a reason, but I still think, man, I don't know. I just don't know. I think they're going to throw the ball more. So, but P. Ryan also is not a 3-down back, but P. Ryan looks great. So what is your answer, Chaz? Because I'm on the fence on this one.
I'd go P. Ryan. Oh man. I'm like questioning my decision as I'm saying that. I'm just gonna go P. Ryan more so because like you can use him like fully for the season, and then it's more so like hey, if Chase goes down, P. Ryan's gonna be that workhorse back. Where like Bigsby is like a couple week, thing maybe. Yeah. Where once Saquon's fully back, like you'll be all right.
Is Shamir DK, Malik Washington, Slayton, or Calvin Austin worth picking up? In desperation need of a wide receiver, I'm going with Golden. I don't want to start Golden at all. So I would start Malik Washington over Golden this week. I would start Slayton over Golden this week. And if Calvin Ridley's out, I would probably start Shamir DK over Golden this week. So yeah, I think they're all worth a pickup. Not Calvin Austin. They use too many tight ends there. I don't want anything to do with a secondary wide receiver there in Pittsburgh. So I would rank it probably. Man, is Malik Washington the guy? Just because, like, since Darren Waller's been out and Tyreek's been out, he's been getting targets, man. And they're going to throw the ball a ton against the Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, I could also go with DK though, but that's just if it really's out, which I don't know if he's for sure. Whatever's going on there, but yeah, I mean, I saw something like about how, I mean, he looks good. Like he passes my eye test, or at least like for like a low wide receiver, whatever he is, a back wide receiver, he passes my eye test there. So I'm
going to read a question for you. Yeah, I'm going to read a question for you. I try to get my dog. He's outside. I don't know. I guess Erica opened the door and let him out, and he's just out there barking. So what do you guys think of a trade of Benson, Tyler Warren for Collins? So just read this question for me. I'll be back in a second.
All right, so what do you guys think of a trade of Benson and Tyler Warren for Collins? Guys, Kelsey going on bye next week, and I love Collins. I think Houston puts it together. I mean, you kind of answered yourself there. I mean, if you really think Houston's going to put it together, which I think they have to, if they want to try and be a playoff team again this year, that they're going to have to get Collins the ball. They're going to have to start getting the offense moving. I mean, last week was a great start for him, especially with my thing would be I would have to ask who your other tight end is. I mean, you're trading away Tyler Warren, who's been absolutely insane for this year. So I would love to know if you could type in the chat right now, Max instruction about who your tight end is right now. But I would love to do it, especially if you're, I mean, I'm assuming you're making this trade on the basis that you have a tight end that you're going to be putting back in there. So I would love to go make this trade, especially if you have the tight end depth to go do it.
Ryan says Kraft or Laporta. This is easy. Tucker Kraft. He is the number 2 tight end in the league right now, and I think he's ascending. I feel like he's actually just cracking the surface. As I fucking love Tucker Kraft.
He is. He really is.
He is my father. He is my brother. He is my friend. He is my lover. That is Tucker Kraft, baby.
Max, I mean, you have Kittle there. I'd love to go trade, especially if you need wide receiver help. I would much rather go and trade and get Nico Collins there, Max.
Unique says, would you stash Brandon Ayuk? He was just dropped. What are your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk? What do we do?
I like Brandon Ayuk.
Can't.
You can't though. You can't.
No, dude. There's just so many people there. I mean,
he's a stash. You pick him up and you throw him on your IR.
That's guess. I just don't see I just don't know what's the point. What's the point?
I mean, I guess if that's how you're thinking about it, but I think he'll be back soon, right? He'll be back soon.
So will Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall will be back too, and you still have, you have Juwan Jennings, you have George Kittle, you have Kendrick Bourne, you have CMC. Like, there's just so many people there, and like, Brandon Ayuk coming off injury? Like, will you ever feel comfortable starting Brandon Ayuk unless Ricky Pearsall is ruled out for the year and they trade Juwan Jennings? Like, will you ever feel comfortable starting Brandon Ayuk in a 12-team league? I won't. That's my thing.
I would have to see it to believe it. That's what I would say about that.
Yeah. Top waiver wire quarterbacks are Darnold, Rodgers, Lawrence. It's probably Lawrence, dude. Darnold. It's Darnold. Sam Darnold, baby. All those guys are fine. What do you think? What do you have on
the? I mean, this week I like give me Darnold at the Commanders. Give me Darnold there, in my opinion. Over Jaguars at the Raiders. Any day of the week.
Yeah. I was offered, underrated says, I was offered Devonta Smith for Chimere DK and a 4th-round pick in a 16-team keeper league. Yeah. I want Devonta Smith over Chimere DK. Well, I don't know. DK is like, I don't know. Io Manor comps is a better prospect. He's an X receiver. DK is a slot receiver. But I want Devonta Smith over Chimere DK. I want Io Manor over DK in Dynasty. I like DK. He's a nice little player.
All right. I mean, does he mean like I don't know. I've never been in a keeper league. I meant dynasty leagues, but I don't know. Like,
so he could probably get DK. He could probably get DK for a last round pick next year, is what he's saying, because he was not drafted.
Oh, right? Okay.
It depends. If you're rebuilding, yes, maybe. If you have no chance to make the playoffs, but if you're 500, like, roll with Devonta Smith. He's a top 15 receiver right now. J Bob says Chaz knows Jalen Hurts is top 3 in the NFL. Thank you, J Bob. Cheers to you. We might get another goal, and then I'm gonna be hungover in the morning, like taking it Sunday or some shit.
Oh boy,
I'm holding it together.
He's not bad. That's what I was saying. Jalen Hurts. He's better than the average quarterback in the sense that, like, he doesn't make mistakes. That's really what I say about Jalen Hurts. But I don't think I can rank him top 3. That'd be it. There's some other guys in the league that are way better, in my opinion. But he's still a way above average quarterback.
You think so? Yeah. He definitely is. I'm just trolling you, Chaz. Currently. Godin says Ayuk's career is definitely over. I don't know if it's over, but this year just looks rough. It just looks guy coming off injury in a crowded room. The offense hasn't looked particularly great. It has not looked like a typical Kyle Shanahan offense. And it's just a CMC show, man. And like, we haven't even seen George Kittle get moving yet. He will get moving.
Yeah. I mean,
hold on. Leandro, do not give up on Monangai. Like, DeAndre Swift missed practice today with a groin injury. There's a chance DeAndre Swift does not play this week. Like, we had the discussion last night, Isaiah Davis versus Monangai. Yeah. And like, I think Monangai would be better if he was starting. I think Isaiah Davis, because the trade rumors with Breece Hall, is more likely to start, but it's pretty close. And Monangai looks good, man. And he actually can catch the ball. For a power back, he's not bad. Yeah, he's not bad. Leangelo says, I asked yesterday, I didn't really get a clear answer, but who do I start in flex? PPR, Gatson against the Titans or Dubs against the Panthers? I think we're going Gatson here, right, Chaz? Just because you have Christian Watson coming back and like there's just a crowded room there. I know it's an easy matchup, but the Panthers, we just saw what happened to the Panthers against the Bills, right? They got ran all over. And why wouldn't the Packers just run the ball a lot?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the year, I would have said Dobbs, but now I'm definitely going to say Gatz, especially with guys coming back and with what Dobbs has been doing. I mean, he's only been getting like 8 points a week. I mean, you could see a lot more with Gatson in that, in my opinion.
Unique says, hold Ridley. Is Ridley a hold to you? And like, is it? I don't mind his spot now. If he comes back, I don't mind him on the Titans because Cam Ward is slowly getting better. And we saw this last year with Ridley. Slow start. He ended up being a top 25 receiver for the last 4 weeks, fantasy playoffs. And he's going to go somewhere, depending on where he goes. It might be worse in terms of like target competition, right? But it can't be too much worse with like efficiency. So Ridley's definitely a hold. I picked him up in a couple leagues. He was dropped, and I'm not dropping him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind holding him.
This is a good question from Max. How good do you think the Giants would be if Scat and Neighbors didn't get hurt with Jackson Dart, balling right now, let's be honest, and that defense playing a little better? 500 team, you think?
Yeah, you can't put it much higher than that, though, just because the defense is still a liability and then Dart's still learning stuff. But, like, Dart and, like, that, I feel like that offense it'd be rolling. Because I'm a huge Dable fan, which I know people really aren't a Dable fan, but but I am. So. Yeah,
Dabo is a kind of a clown. Mr. Free Throw, what's the schedule for NBA shows? Got to get me on for hoops. I'll talk to you in the Discord, Free Throw, but I'm just not going to do any actual NBA shows until fantasy's over. I'm doing 7 nights a week on football. That's where my bread is buttered, so to speak. Now my bets are actually doing better in NBA, but this is more of a fantasy-driven show with NBA, with bets and gambling ties, I guess you'd say. So, and I have $8,000 in fantasy football right now, so I'm going to be in tune with this. And then once fantasy football season's over, we'll do 3 shows a week, and then we'll do some NFL stuff. Once NFL is over, we'll probably do 4 or 5 shows a week in the NBA. And we're gonna have a lot of other stuff too. A couple nights, we'll have a movie night where we do. Not a review of a movie. We just generally discuss, like we do like Quentin Tarantino, shit like that. We have 25 of them on the pod. If you're ever bored one night or daytime, you're not working, check those out. A lot of good stuff. Chaz, you've seen some of the stuff in the show. It's wacky and wild. There's some Joe Rogan-esque stuff. There's just a lot of wacky stuff I want to do. Maybe even just a show I want to call Open Bar, which is once a week where it's just me and a guest and we just talk about sweet nothings into each other's ear. But I'll get a hold of you, Derek, and we'll figure it out. We'll see. We got J Bob says this is a good one. I know he hates this guy. Calvin Ridley is garbage. What do you think about that? Garbage? What do you think of Calvin Ridley? He's kind of he's got a little Jerry Jeudy in his game though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just can never picture Calvin Ridley as like garbage because like remember when he broke out that third year, I was all over that. I'm like, man, I drafted Calvin Ridley everywhere, and he performed really, really well. So like, and I got to see that. So I can never call him garbage, but he's obviously not a top receiver in the league anymore. So I guess everyone has their opinions though.
I got a little parallel for you that's going to make a lot of sense, and we're going to have to see this play out in the next couple of years. So come back to me in like 2029 and see if my prediction is correct. Right. Calvin Ridley, remember his first 2 years was amazing next to Julio Jones. Like he had like that 1 year, it was like 10 touchdowns in like 14 games, his rookie year. And then he followed it up with like a 9 touchdown year. Meanwhile, Julio Jones was taking double coverage, had more yards, but only had like 4 touchdowns. And then you see him go, he got suspended and all that. And then mental health issues. I hope he's well. Either way, not be the same player, and he's not a true number one. So my comparison is Jordan Addison seems to be that guy. So if you move Jordan Addison, I know people think he's awesome. His numbers are great. He's scoring a lot of touchdowns, right? He scores like a touchdown every other game in his career, similar to what Calvin Ridley does. Similar kind of player. Calvin, he's not a number one. I think T. Higgins almost comps as more of a number one just based on his size and ability to play outside than Jordan Addison. So I feel like if we saw Addison go somewhere and be like the Raiders number one, this would be a Calvin Ridley 2.0. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, actually, I could see that. He leaves to go get money, and then Yeah, I could see that line. It won't be a T Higgins. It's definitely not T Higgins. I think T Higgins is way above those guys, but yeah, I mean that's a great parallel.
Yeah, my head works in weird ways. I'm just going to read
Funny.
Unique's comment. I'm not going to put it up because it's in the bottom. He says, "Do you think Murray plays? Kyler Murray? What do you think the chances are Kyler Murray plays?"
I think it's more than I'd say 75%. I think he's going to play this week. I think
He has to.
I think he has to play. Yeah, that's what I was.
He's already got a lot of his Call of Duty in, the last couple of weeks. He also says, "Do you think Mixon's out for the season?" Mixon's out for the season. If you didn't see the report, Unique. By the way, I'm reading Unique's comments right from the screen because I give Unique that VIP treatment, baby. Love you, Unique. He is not like they said. They have no comments. Literally, like no comment. They pleaded the fifth. Like, who does that? Why are they doing that? Just tell us it's out for the year.
Well, we said it like even at the start of the year, we were like, they're not telling us anything. They're just saying, they're just saying he's out, and it's like, okay, like what's going on? They wouldn't tell us, and that was our indicator of like, all right, he's just done for the year,
Yeah, GT, which defense? Colts, Raiders, Ravens, or Niners? I like the Niners matchup. Colts have a great matchup. Dude, it's so tough. I think the Ravens, though, just because like Thursday night against fucking – I know how good Tua looked last week. I don't know what the hell that was in Atlanta. How bad did Tua look the previous 2 weeks? How bad? No, one of them was a weather game, and he's not good in weather. So is it Ravens? I know the Dolphins are at home. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I still think it's the Ravens there. I mean, I'm ready to watch Tua just throw up a shitter tomorrow night. That's really what I'm expecting. Seeing what Robin's done this week.
From Mark, Smith, Golden, or DK? It's full PPR. That's Rashard Smith, Matthew Golden. I think I want to go Smith, dude. Full PPR.
I could see a DK.
It's not Golden. I'm not starting Golden.
It's not Golden. Okay, yes, it's not Golden. I say you can flip a coin between Smith and DK, and if you win,
I like DK. Here's what it is: one of them plays for the Titans, one of them plays for the Chiefs. And that game, I know sometimes the Bills-Chiefs games ends up being like 20-17. Sometimes it ends up being like 45-38. And the potential of Rashard Smith in a shootout game with 6 catches, right? And like, who's more likely to score a touchdown? Like, literally, Cam Ward's thrown 4 or 5 touchdowns all season. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mahomes could throw 4 or 5 touchdowns in this game. That's the deciding factor. Jason says, I'm tempted to drop Golden to keep McLaughlin as my kicker. No, I mean, I dropped Golden in a league, and I hate keeping a kicker on bye, but like he's been that good. And Todd Bowles is really conservative on those 4th downs. That's a key to having a good kicker. That's why you never start Bates, because he could have 4 opportunities on a 4th and 3, and they're going to go for all 4 of them. The only time you're getting field goals from Bates is if there's like 20 seconds left in the half, or if it's like 4th and 14, like legitimately.
Yeah, because they always go for it no matter what.
Dak or Stafford? Wait, we almost caught up to the chat. 10 minutes behind. Let's try to catch up here. Dak or Stafford? It's Dak. You're starting Dak, right?
Yeah, I feel like that game is just going to be a shootout this week, or even just rest of the season, Dak, and then especially this week. Give me Dak.
It's
going to be a shootout.
J Bob says, take a shot. If I do that, I won't be able to finish the show. Like that shit, I can drink beer all day. I can't take shots. But even though we didn't meet our goal, just for you saying that, to spend $2 to tell me to take a shot, I'll chug this. This is a half beer, and then I got to get another one anyway. So I'm going to get Chaz a question here, and then I'm going to drink this and then go get another one. And injury news, Flacco is out. Trade news, Denver may never try to trade for a receiver. Is he really out? Is that a fact?
I haven't seen that. I hope he's not out, or at least confirmed.
I don't know if that's right. I hope not, bro.
Man, I really hope he's not confirmed out already. Because Browning at QB would just suck for Chase and T. Higgins owners.
Answer this one real quick while I drink this. Do you think that Denver should get a receiver? Because like Marvin Mims, they've been saying this for a couple years. He'll be a full-time player. He's a gadget player. That's just what he is. Troy Franklin, they like. He's been playing really well. He also has a lot of drop issues this year, and I don't think they see him as the answer at the number 2 there. And Evan Ingram's kind of been a bust. So do you think Shaheed makes sense for them, or another guy?
Actually, I think Shaheed makes perfect sense, because you want to go get a guy who's good, but not a guy who's going to outshine Son, because like everyone knows Son's that one there. So they're not going to go trade for a guy that's better than Son. And you want a guy who, one, has that deep playability in Shaheed, and that can, stretch the field. And plus, I mean, Shaheed's not a bad receiver at all. So I could see them making that move all day.
Yeah, Judy was a drop a long time ago. And the thing is, Judy could come back to be relevant if Shador plays well. Dylan Gabriel had two completions to wide receivers last week. He's throwing to running backs and tight ends. That's it, and not receivers. Rudy, should I try to trade for Pitts or keep rotating Hockenson and Ertz depending on the matchup? I think you're fine there. If you can get Pitts on the cheap, if you could trade like Hockenson and like, maybe Tajay Spears or something, does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, also I've been liking Ertz as of recently. I mean, I don't know like fully what his numbers are, but I feel like every time I'm watching the Commanders, he's always getting just these like cheap yards over the middle. Let me check. Last game was 4 receptions, 16 yards. That wasn't good. But then the 3 receptions, 1 touchdown. Like he's that red zone threat, So I wouldn't mind.
DK will take Ridley's job after this week. I'm going to grab a drink. Give him the chances on that. And just, what do you think of DK? He's worth a hold, right? But like, do you think he's startable for sure until Ridley's back?
Until Ridley, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, that Titans offense is just really bleak. I know I'm not like a professional in this, and some of my takes can be wrong, but it's just so hard starting any or with him even taking over. Like Ridley's the established vet that they went and they paid, and I understand, they do have to get that connection going with Cam Ward, but I still feel like Ridley's going to have his job once he comes back, no matter what. So it would take a lot out of DK this week to do, which I don't even think he can do enough this week in order to take Ridley's job.
All right, I'm going to let you go here, Chaz. I saw you yawning. I can finish the show. I just want to say something real quick. Did I hear you say I know I'm not a professional? This is the Professional Fanatics podcast. You are a professional because I wouldn't have you on here otherwise. We're both professionals. We're in the goddamn industry. Yeah. No, you're a professional, Chaz. I wouldn't have you on the show if I didn't respect your opinion. I'm not having clowns on the show to just spout out nonsense because you know what comes out of your mouth kind of reflects on the channel, right? So like I don't want like obviously we're gonna have wrong opinions.
You've already heard me come out, you've already heard me like talk for hours on end about fantasy. So I'm not gonna spew just bullshit.
Yeah, me and you were on the Quentin Johnson train going into last year when everyone was off on him. Like we were on him.
We were. And we
were ahead of the curve.
Was road and it outperformed, so we won that. It was great.
Yeah, Ibuka drafted 19th, Golden at 23. Ooh. That's almost as bad as Colson Loveland, but it's not because Colson Loveland's awful. All right, Chaz, I'm going to get you out with that one, man. I appreciate you. I'll finish the show solo, get through all these questions.
Thank you guys.
Hopefully I see you next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I love coming on here every week. Love talking to you guys. Love answering your guys' questions. Thank you, Rob, for having me on. I will see you guys next week.
Yeah, everyone give Chaz a round of applause. He's awesome. He's just always so chipper and knowledgeable. And you're just a good talker, man, and you're killing it in college right now. I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you next week. I'll text you here and there, shirtless selfie. But thanks, buddy.
Oh, boy.
See ya. All right, Chaz is the man. What a nice kid. Yeah, he was not wrong. I was pretty rough on him. The first time I met him, he was kind of annoying. I was like, this kid's annoying because he was like fucking 18 or some shit. Maybe even younger. Maybe he was 17, whatever. Super nice kid. He grew on me for sure. And just super awesome dude. So, yeah, we don't know about Flacco yet. That was not true. That was not a true report. So we don't know yet. I was like, why would they rule him out at 12 o'clock midnight? Rob, why do you think the Browns are not starting Shador Sanders? Is Kevin Stefanski trying to lose his job on purpose? No. So here's why they're not starting him. They drafted Gabriel in the 3rd round. They drafted Shador in the 5th round. That should have been flopped. I didn't think Gabriel was even a draft. He should have been a 6th round pick. Anyways, they have higher draft capital in Shador Sanders. So the thinking is here that they're both going to get 6 games. So it might be more like 5 games for Gabriel because he can't keep this job. This is embarrassing. So the goal, I think that going into it, unless Dylan Gabriel like just was awesome, they were always going to go to Shador for the last 6 games of the year. Now I think this is the last week for Dylan Gabriel, unless they win or unless he plays great. So I think this is definitely the last week, and they will play Shador. Don't worry about that. But Shador's also kind of a knucklehead, and he's kind of, he's not been professional, is what I would say. Not only in the pre-draft process, he has not carried himself well in the building, and that doesn't look good. So they have to play him because the fans are clamoring for it. The NFL is clamoring for it. I want to see it as well. Also, just because it's going to be entertaining. I'm a Longhorns fan. Watch Golden this season and Ibuka having the season he's having. Ibuka doesn't actually look terrible. Ibuka looks way better, but it's the usage, man. Like, you're drafting a guy you're going to use as a gadget role, right? Like, they use Jaden Reed much more than him, and Jaden Reed was a second-round pick. Bengals O-line is terrible. Thank you, Scott. Good night, brother. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night for the we're doing a recap show tomorrow night. I believe Story will be on that. 10:45 Central Time, roughly. Be growing stuff. Evan Ingram or Mark Andrews. Oh, if it's full PPR, I'm probably going to go Evan Ingram. If it's half PPR, give me Mark Andrews. I think he scores a touchdown tomorrow night. Technically, it's tonight because it's 12:51, but you know what I mean. Thursday night. How about that? Next stream I go on, I'll wear my Longhorns gear. Hey-o! Golden won't be balling out rest of the season because he's not going to get the opportunity to ball out rest of the season, Jason. Like, they've made that pretty clear. He had his chance to ball out when he had some target share and hit a lot more routes. He's not running over 60% of the routes the rest of the season. Let's see. A lot of people giving love to Chaz. Chaz is the shit. Chaz is the shit. There he is. Oh, Chaz must have heard my comment when I thought he was annoying when I first met him. People think I'm annoying too at times, so like, don't take offense to that, Chaz. Chaz, you're the shit. We love you on here, man. What a great addition. My guest, I will say this. I got to shout out my guests, man. Story, Ray, Chaz, Ben, next level guys. Did I miss anybody? I don't know. I've been on here for a long time. Did I miss anybody? Maybe I missed somebody. Dave has been on a couple. Oh, Mike Levelstein. Mike's been on 2 times. He's been really good. Pick one for flex. Walker, Mark, Spears, Golden, or Mooney. Oh, Tiny Dancer, Spears. I think it's Kenneth Walker. Let's just go Kenneth Walker. Let's go with the talent. And maybe after the bye, they do something a little different and give him more work than Charbonnet. That's Woody Marks is in the timeshare as well. Worst player, worse offense. Spears, same thing. Timeshare, worse offense. So we're going to go shoe, door, sandals. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker there, Tiny Dancer. And on that note, I gotta play the clip. Anytime Kenneth Walker gets brought up, it's like it has to be done. And here we go. Jason's from Tampa Bay. I knew we were screwed to start the season with all the commercials and rank number 1 and Arch Heisman favorite. He looks terrible. Oh my God, he looks terrible. I wonder where he's going to go in the draft. He's probably going to stay in college one more year. J Bob says Ben and Chad should be on together. They should, because that's actually, we all work together. That's how I know both of those dudes. I was their boss. So believe it or not, I was actually I had 50 people under me. I was a caddy master, assistant pro, and I went to caddy master. So I also ran the entire like outside services bag room, and I had 50 caddies and then like 12 employees. So yeah, me as a boss. How about that one? That was when I got that gig, I was probably 26. I was working there when I was 18, but like when I got that official title, I was 26. So picture me. A lot of that time I was a stoner, so just like high, like coming in hungover. But I still came to work every day. I never missed a day. So as you know, I fucking work hard. So Ertz over Andrews. Again, this is probably going to be more scoring. I think I want to go Andrews, bro. I think I'm going, shit, never mind. McLaurin's out. So I think with the McLaurin out, it's Ertz. Give me Ertz. Start Gatson or Quentin Johnson. It's going to be Gatson, man. I think it could be a big Quentin Johnson week, but as currently constructed, you cannot be starting Quentin Johnson over Gatson. Gatson is, they're scheming up stuff for him, and Quentin Johnson is just left to the side to run cardio, pretty much running he's running go routes pretty much every time. That's not what we want from our receiver. Now, we could hit a big play. Tennessee is very, very, very vulnerable in the deep part of the secondary. You saw Alec Pierce just torch them last week. So I think it's solid options. Give me Gatson, man. And again, I'm not the biggest Gatson guy, but I want Gatson for sure. Ooh. Look at that. I caught up to the chat, man. I caught up to the chat. I can get a lot done by myself. But you don't get quite the analysis. You don't get the back and forth. But hell yeah. Well, JD Gadsden's a converted wide receiver. His father was a actual wide receiver in the NFL, but he is a converted wide receiver. Put on some weight. He looks good, man. He almost reminds me of like a more athletic young Darren Waller. More of a seam splitter than Darren Waller, but Darren Waller was really good back in the day. Jason, born and raised in Tampa, 1st through 4th grade in Philly. Longhorn fans because his sister lives in Texas. So you're all over the map with your fandom. I do like that, though. Johnson or Addison. Hate to decide every week. Damn neighbor's injury. It's probably they have the Lions. So Vikings have the Lions. I like that matchup. Beat up secondary, positive game script. They're going to have to throw a lot if want to, but they're going to end up having to. What's the scoring, man? Fuck, I don't think it even matters. What am I talking about? Fuck. What do you guys think in the chat? Help out Derek on this one because this is tough. I think the answer is probably Addison. It's just Addison. But I'm tempted to go Johnson for like the big, like deep bomb, way easier matchup against the Titans. What do you guys think? Are we going Quentin Johnson or Jordan Addison this week? Because I can't give you a real answer. I think the answer is Addison. That would be the easy answer because he's going to be ranked way higher. But I just don't want to give you a cookie cutter answer without a reason. Start Dart or Dak? It's Dak. We're starting Dak, baby. Coming off a bad game, too. Waller is a pretty good comp. Yeah, more athletic Waller, though. Goff or Rodgers rest of the season. It's Jared Goff, man. He's going to have inconsistent. He has these weeks, right, where it's empty calories, right? He has 300 yards and 1 touchdown because there's 3 rushing touchdowns. He also has weeks where he throws 150 yards and has 3 or 4 passing touchdowns. I think they have a lot of home games coming up. Give me Jared Goff over Rodgers just for the sheer fact he's younger, too. If Rodgers gets a nagging injury, he won't have the same production. What's going on, Jelly Pop? Born and raised in Texas, and I'm an FSU fan. See, you guys are role reversing there. Tyrone Tracy or Kareem Hunt. Rest of the season, it's clearly Tyrone Tracy. This week, though, I could see going Kareem Hunt. Let me just take a gander here. I don't know if the Giants are playing this week. Oh, they're at the Niners, at home against the Niners. I'm probably going to go Kareem Hunt, man. It sounds crazy, but I think Kareem Hunt has a chance. The Bills are not good against the run. We've seen them get torched. We saw Tyler Algier have a great game alongside Bijan against the Bills. They've been torched in the ground. So give me Kareem Hunt. Rest of the season's easy Tyrone Tracy, though. We have Addison. So full PPR does make me favor Tracy a little bit. Like I understand Tracy is more appealing in full PPR. But I think I'm going to go the floor of Kareem Hunt he looks good. They're going to give him all he can handle. So Brashard Smith, we like. I think he's going to be a borderline top 24 guy because there's bye weeks and injuries this week in full PPR. But if it's not full PPR, he's going to get lowered. He might have 4 or 5 catches, and he's as good as anyone to score a touchdown, at least for receiving backs. Like, give me Brashard Smith over Tajay Spears, for instance. I still would start Alvin Kamara over Brashard Smith, like that level player. I think I'd still start Rico Dowdle over Brashard Smith, but like he's in the flex zone. Yep, Jefferson will get doubled a lot. No, I don't think so, man. I think there's a good chance they trade David Njoku, bro. So like that's just gonna make Fannin a boom. He's already running routes in 80% of the dropbacks, and like they line up all over the field. I love Harold Fannin Jr. I prefer Gatson, but like Fannin, I feel like if Njoku gets traded and Shador comes in there and does anything, he's going to do better than what we have right now with Gabriel, who we call Wario around here. I think Fannin could be. I would rank him ahead of Gatson. Now I have to see Shador play better and Njoku gets traded, but like those two things are in the realm of possibilities. I would love Fannin as like a top 8 option. Henry, I guess I'll give you guys. I'll release this to you guys since you guys are on here. You have to do it on FanDuel. My video comes out tomorrow. My one bet. It's plus 150 on FanDuel. It's a weird one. Derrick Henry to have 10 rushing yards or more in each quarter. So the worry there is they blow him up by 30. He doesn't play the fourth quarter. I think that they're going to be a little worried about blowing a lead, and that's the only worry. I think he gets that one. So it's plus 150. You got to go. It's under like rushing specials. I released in the Discord to everybody. You got to be in the private Discord to get on the Patreon. If you're not on the Patreon, what are you doing, gentlemen? Whoever's in here, join the Patreon. Link is in the description, or it's just Professional Fanatics Patreon. Get you in the Discord, this chat, this community, all this stuff, 24 hours a day, man. Best fantasy group chat around. Start 2, Marks, Quinton, Woody, Harvey, McMillan, BTJ, Chase Brown. So Chase Brown and McMillan or BTJ. It's the bottom 3. Any of the bottom 3 there. I would probably rank it. I think Tet is a must start. So Tet McMillan's a must start, and then it's BTJ or Chase Brown. I would say if there's no Flacco, then it's probably Brian Thomas, if the injury report looks fine with him not like playing limited. I got Jutkins. Should I be worried to scoop up Dylan Sampson? Oh, we got a Sampson reference. Let's go. All right, here we go, boys. Here we go. My favorite clip.
I want to talk to Samson. Climbing to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
You want to talk to Sampson? I think so. I'm not too worried about the injury, but like I would do it if you have a roster spot. I wouldn't drop like a Taylor Algier for him. But if you have just some like bench fodder that you don't really care about, doesn't really do much for your team, yes. Yeah, man. Fucking Reed. He does not look good, Blake. He does not look good. Bills give up the 6th most points in the run game. That's a plus. Starting flex, I have Adams, but also have Addison. Well, Adams over Addison for sure. Yeah, I think I like doubling down on my losses too, Blake. Grade my team, PPR Dynasty Superflex. He's got Josh Allen, A-Chain, Jacobs, James Cook, Metcalf, Diggs, Kittle, Goff, Colts defense. Allen and Goff are solid as hell. A-Chain, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, elite, Metcalf, Diggs. Little weak at receiver, but I give that a B+. That's your quarterbacks are dope and your running backs are probably best in the league. FSU fans are douchers. Florida had Hernandez. Yeah, Florida had a lot of questionable characters. They also had Tim Tebow, who was pretty much God's gift to earth. Right? He actually was God, I think. He was Jesus. I live in Las Vegas, so there's no you could try to find it, Jelly Pop. I still like the yardage total too, man. I still like his yardage total, but I just like that plus 150. That's just essentially 40 yards spread out. And Derrick Henry should get 10 yards every quarter. It's literally the 4th quarter for me. That he couldn't get it in. And I don't see that Miami having really long drives to keep the Ravens off the field. Drop Mooney for Samson. Yeah, drop Mooney. Mooney's a nothing. Like Mooney's literally a nothing. That's another thing I'm thinking about doing for the Patreon guys is a startup dynasty with some of you guys. The one thing about dynasty leagues, man, is you got to get a group of guys that are in it like for the long haul. Because once one guy quits, then you have a team that's probably in shambles. That like who's going to want to pay money to pick up some piece of shit team? Like not me. I'll do it as a discount. Like if someone had a bad dynasty team, it was like a $200 buy-in. I would buy in for like $50 and then like buy in after that next year. But like who wants to buy in $200 on a shit dynasty team where you have a 3-year rebuilding process? That's insane. So you need to have a group of guys that are like consistent. So that's something probably for another day. Maybe 2026, we could think about that. That would be badass, though. Just to talk about on the show and everything. Ryan, I got Jalen Hurts, Rashee Rice, JSN, CMC, Chase Brown, and Trey McBride. What move should you make? So, Rashee Rice, JSN, Tet McMillan. Who could you trade? I mean, I don't know. But you have to trade Chase Brown. You could trade Chase Brown high, but I don't know who's on your bench. So maybe trade Chase Brown and your best bench piece for something. I think that would be the play. Because or Tet McMillan, you could trade Tet McMillan and Chase Brown for a banger, right? If you really, I'm pretty into Tet McMillan. I think he's a top 16 dude, but I would like a Drake London. I would like a Nico Collins. Now, I think that's too much to give up for those two guys. But someone like that, Justin Jefferson, there you go. Tet McMillan and Chase Brown, buy low on Justin Jefferson. I think that's a championship winning team, winning move. It's risky, right? Because your team currently constructed is great. It's great. GT, man, we're everyone's welcome. It's you got to be the pro tier though. So the pro tier and above to be in the fantasy leagues. As many of you guys want to join, I'll do as many leagues, and it'll be me, me, Chaz, Story. Like we'll have, I'll co-manage a team with one of the co-hosts in every league, and they'll be like, we'll do a 12-team league. It'll be 11 spots open. If we get another 11 people, or if someone wants to play multiples, if you're in that tier, boom, we'll do 2 leagues, 3 leagues, whatever it is, and yeah, no juice or anything. And also, if and when blows up a little bit and Patreon actually is like really good, I will give a. Did we just freeze? Hold on, we're back. I think we're back. I will pay for one entry of like one random person of the 11 people that join the 12-team league. I'll pay for one entry randomly. I have a lot of ideas here. So, yeah, if you want to get in, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, you have to be a pro tier. Also, you get other good stuff there, too. Free merchandise giveaway as well. I'm getting new hats. New hats will be in next week, I think. These are the old hats, but the new logo, same kind of style. Do I drop Jerry Jeudy? Yeah, Judy's a drop. Ibuka over McMillan. Now, what could help is if he gets traded, LiAngelo. Ibuka over McMillan all day, though. Yeah, I agree. I definitely think that Ibuka is a better player and in a better situation. Would you drop Coleman to stash Davis? If Coleman's like your wide receiver 5, yeah. And like the thing is, if Davis is just going to be a strict handcuff if there's no trade of Breece Hall, you're going to know that in a week or two. But you maybe don't want to leave him on the wire so someone else gets him. Because there's no world where Keon Coleman's going to be like a top 20 receiver. He's at best a wide receiver 3. There's a world where Isaiah Davis is a top 20 running back. Maybe better. Yeah, I talk to Samson all the time. Thoughts on DK? We chasing 2 games. DK is viable as long as Calvin Ridley's out. That's my thing. Malik Washington or Samaje Perine to stash for a flex long term. I mean, Malik Washington, I guess the upside is if for some reason Jalen Waddle gets traded, which there's been some noise about. I don't really believe that, but that would be the upside. Otherwise, Malik Washington is kind of just a guy bye-week fill-in. Samaje Perine has a chance to be the starting running back there if something happens to Chase Brown. Because we all thought it would be Taj Brooks, right? I remember I drafted Taj Brooks, the 20th round in a lot of my redrafts, just like literally 20th round, 12-team league as a guy that could, he's not going to be the handcuff. They're not even playing him. It's Samaje Perine, baby. Only wide receivers are Chase, Pickens, QJ, and Coleman. Yeah, you can't drop Coleman then, man. You need him. I know, like, what is it? But like, you don't want to just roll with 3. And Quentin Johnson's one of yours. He's like not consistent at all. So, but you could at least start him, right? Like you have to hold him. It just sucks. Hey, I'm still on record here. I believe in Keon Coleman, guys. Again, it's not going to be great, but you didn't draft him to be a starter, really. He's still like kind of disappointing where you drafted him, but he'll have another big week or 2 here coming up. Let's see, Knicks, Caleb, or Murray this week. It is Knicks, probably Knicks, man. Although, you know what? Who do the Broncos play? Why am I like blanking on these teams right now? It's still early in the week. By next week, I'll know who everyone plays off the top of my head. But I've also chugged some stuff, Oh, Broncos have the Texans. Yeah, Texans. Give me Caleb, bro. I want Caleb in that matchup against the Bengals. Like Justin Fields just torched that defense. Give me Caleb all day. Yeah, a worse JMO actually, but maybe not. JMO's been awful this year. Broncos play Texans. Yeah, that I would go Caleb. That's an easy matchup, and it's not as good of a matchup if Joe Flacco sits because then how many points are the Bengals going to score? But give me Caleb against that really soft tissue paper defense there, man. Kyler versus the Cowboys, smash it. I do like that, but I'm not starting Kyler over Caleb. Coming off an injury either. Don't have a kicker or defense. Who would you drop to keep pushing for a trade or keep pushing for a trade? Brown, Tat, Brian Thomas, Benson, Harvey, Johnson, Marks, McLaurin. Woody Marks is probably the first guy I would drop of that list. Try pushing for a trade up until you can't anymore. So try to do a 3-for-2, a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 if you have to, just so you don't have to drop one of those guys because it's the same thing and you'll get someone in return. I have a lot of teams where I have 8 running backs, Hetzer. That's what when I have a team that has like Pickens, JSN, Olave, and let's say I had like, I don't know, Drake London. Like I have teams like that where I went wide receiver heavy. I only have one receiver on the bench and I have like 6 or 7 or 8 running backs. Because why would I want to bench? I don't want receivers on my bench. They'll never crack my lineup. Olave is my wide receiver 4. Yeah, you can't trust the garden gnome. That's what he is, man. That's what he is. I'm gonna play both clips.
Don't pee on me, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? No, don't do it. Know what I'm saying?
What? Didn't play.
Kyler, you still injured? Ooh, yeah, real injured, coach.
Kid, I make millions! You're sitting in your mom's basement eating Doritos and Mountain Dew!
You playing Call of Duty again?
Just 5 more minutes,
I'm
coach!
cutting off your screen time.
No!
Sports Memes channel. That is from Matt on the Discord. He's got a new YouTube channel. Gives me access to all these. Shouting him out. Go after this stream is over. Hop on over there. Hit the subscribe button for me and for him. I'd appreciate it. Harvey, B. Rob, Charbonnet, Benson on art. That's good. I like that. A lot of upside there. You have Junkins and Cook. Yeah, I've heard the narrative about Kyler. It's also Kyler Murray. Like Caleb, I feel like this is a game where the Bears offense actually gets back to their. They've been running the ball, but you got Swift banged up right now. The Bengals defense sucks. I still want to start Caleb. Well, also, Logan, he says, as a Trey McBride owner, I'm going to miss Jacoby Brissett, man. And same with Marvin Harrison. Now, Harrison missed one of those games. Or, no, he left the game early. He was doing okay. And then he didn't do much the second game. But, like, you saw Jacoby put up 300 yards in another game with, like, 270. So, Kyler is just not capable of that. And they just don't throw the ball downfield with him. I'd drop Harvey for Isaiah if you were going to. Yeah, it's so hard, man. I think Harvey, if he's a starter, is better than Isaiah. I think Isaiah is more likely to start. So that's the kind of the conundrum there. Yeah, that's what we were at last year when the awesome Hail Mary there from Jaden Daniels. What a crazy game that was. All right, I got a little bit of time left on here, gentlemen. A little bit of time. Answer some more questions, and I have I do my hour and a half research here, and I'll have my NBA bets out at 3 or 4 in the morning. I've been riding hot, baby. I got to keep on doing my process. So Vidal or Javonte rest of season. It's Javonte. Sorry, I'm just thinking of something else. Javonte by a mile. Like Javonte short term, Javonte long term. It's Javonte. He is a stud. He's actually not that great, but he's getting all the work and a good offense. So I was thinking that hard to drop him with Dobbins' injury history. He does have an injury history. Jags defensive play this week versus the Raiders. Definitely a play, Mark, and I'm much more comfortable with it if Devin Lloyd plays. If Devin Lloyd doesn't play, then they're in the bottom half of the defense ones, if you want to call them that, the startable defenses. But if he does play, I do like it. You got to keep in mind, though, Raiders are at home coming off a bye. Jags are also coming off a bye. But Jags defense is a lot different with Devin Lloyd playing, man. Drake London for me, man. I do like Ladd, but Drake London's a dog, and you've seen it. He's capable of. It's been a weird year for him. Penix having some bad games. You had the Kirk Cousins coming in, and that actually wasn't even him playing. He's been injured twice. Better days ahead for Drake London as long as his injury does not linger. The Raiders' offense is terrible. It will be better out of the bye, and here's my concern is if Devin Lloyd doesn't play, this could be an Ashton Genty. Like, we're going to give Ashton Genty 27 touches, which maybe isn't the best for the scoreboard, but it keeps their offense on the field, and it limits Geno Smith's ability to throw interceptions, which, he does that from time to time. Actually does it every game. So that, I think, is their game plan, is heavy Ashton Genty this week. Right. The Cowboys defense is terrible. I understand that. It's like you have to start all your players against the Cowboys. I also just tell you that the Bengals defense is almost just as bad. They literally just give up 39 points to Justin Fields with no receivers and a terrible offensive coordinator. So that's not good either. Don't be mad about to watch Tropic Thunder for the first time tonight after this. Wow, you never watched it. Everyone. So Story and Ray were saying it's like a top 5, top 10 comedy of all time. I'm not getting to that point. I still prefer like Knocked Up and a movie like Grandma's Boy. But it's an epic comedy. I just am not a big Ben Stiller guy. I don't like Ben Stiller as a lead role. I prefer Ben Stiller as an ancillary role. I give you Happy Gilmore, or sorry, yeah, Happy Gilmore. Dude, it's a great movie, though. It's a great movie. Robert Downey Jr.'s performance alone is worth the trip. Jack Black's not that great in it. I think he's a little overrated in it. But Tom Cruise is also amazing. Wouldn't call it a cameo, but a very supporting role. Love that. You're gonna enjoy it. Confidence in Nakua staying healthy rest of season. 8. I mean, staying healthy. Now, staying healthy, like in playing, probably not very high. Playing and being a little injured, that's high. He will get banged up. He'll play through it. That's what the guy does. So he'll be fine. I'm not worried. I think it was more precautionary too. We have 4 bench spots in our league. 1 dude holding 3 defenses, for fuck's sake. Dude, what is he doing? I'm trying to trade with someone in my ESPN league that I don't know a lot of the guys, and I look at his roster, and he has 3 defenses as well. There's only 5 bench spots. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you holding defenses? It's so stupid. Ryle, who do I put it at flex? Debo, Kraft, or Kittle? It's Kraft, baby. It's Kraft. It's close. Kraft or Kittle. It's weird because it's tight ends. You got to try to trade one of those tight ends, Ryle. You got to trade one of them. Whoever people value more, I'm fine with the other one. Like, I prefer Kraft, but if you can get more for Kraft than you can get for Kittle, just roll with Kittle, vice versa. Yeah, again, like dodgeball, like his role in dodgeball, like that's the perfect amount of Ben Stiller for me. Although I will say, Meet the Parents is epic, but it's not because of Ben Stiller, right? It's because of De Niro and just some of the other performances. The Hangover, yeah, all time comedy. I'm a big Chris Farley fan too, so shout out Almost Heroes, a movie that probably no one in here has watched, but one of my favorites. Brick Flair, you never watched Tropic Thunder. Jason against a donation, and by the way, Jason, that just hit the 5 for the super chat. This is probably my last chugger because I gotta get off here soon. Thank you, Jason. Also, Jason is a professional fanatic in the Patreon. Shout out to you. Hooray for you. Thank you, man. You're helping me out a lot. Help me keep these shows on 7 nights a week. Apparently 3 hours a night. That's what I'm fucking rocking. You're the man, though. You are the man. Ooh, Jason says top 3 of all time. I think that's a little heavy on there, but we're gonna do definitely shows like that where different topics. We like to do like specific movies. We've done a lot of we've done 26 of them. They're all on the channel if you want to go back and look, called Movie Deep Dives. Me, Story, Ray, a couple other guests, and just kind of topics, like different topics on the movie, and we have categories, and we kind of just talk for 2 hours and drink. It's pretty great. And I edited the fuck out of those. Some of those are 10-hour edits, man. I put in like fucking 30 clips and a bunch of graphics. A lot of work on those for like 40 views, some of them. He is a little, it just got old, Derek. It got a little old, right? Of just like the same thing. It was just him playing himself. Logan says Spears, Marks, or Aaron Jones start 1 this week. It's Aaron Jones for me. Spears in a close second, but wow. Grandma's Boy plus In and Out and a 50 milligram edible top 3 life experience. Fucking love Grandma's Boy, man. Fucking amazing. God, look at De Niro's IMDb is literally like LeBron's basketball reference or Tom Brady's football reference, right? It's just like so much work and so much quality work. There's really not a bad one. There's not a bad LeBron year. There's really not a bad Tom Brady year. So that's the comp there. Here you go, boys. It's got to be the last one. I think Superbad is for sure top 3 for me. I mean McLovin, fucking McLovin, baby. Trade Harvey, Quinton. I actually do like This Is the End. That's an underrated one that a lot of people don't like, but the cast in that one and just the first like hour of This Is the End is like up there for me. Danny McBride in that movie. That's a heat check right there, bro. He's in the movie like for 20 minutes, not even 18 minutes. And he just the whole jerking off with magazines, like you're jerking like a Pilgrim quote. Gets me every time. Trade Harvey, Quinton, and Chase Brown for Javonte. That's a haul, but I might do that. If it's a 10-team league, yes, GT. If it's a 12-teamer, I'm a little more trepidatious about that one because that's 3 good players. And Harvey could be real good if something happens to Dobbins or they just start using him more. So deeper the league, less likely to do it. Shallower the league, yes. Why do people do that, Baker? I don't get it. Like, why? Holding quarterbacks makes a little bit more sense than defenses. So, yeah, they pretty much do. But, like, I feel like Ben Stiller is just like because Adam Sandler does. Remember Jack and Jill? He did something different. For sure. Will Ferrell, like, that's why I'm a big Step Brothers fan. That's my favorite movie with him, is because John C. Reilly was like the funnier one. John C. Reilly stole the show for me in that movie. And like Will Ferrell needs a tag team partner. Like just a Will Ferrell movie. It's unpopular for sure, man. Like again, I'm a Chris Farley guy. Like Will Ferrell's SNL stuff, not really too into it. Like just Chris Farley on SNL is the best SNL. The cast alone, like with Chris Rock and Farley and Spade, fucking love that cast. And that's the number one for me is SNL. Chris Farley, like that's the. What's funny is they did the top 50 or the 50-year SNL thing, and they didn't even have like Chris Farley listed as like a top 10 cast member. And I know he was only there 3 years, but like, get the fuck out of here. Some of the most iconic SNL sketches were Chris Farley just popping in for 3 minutes even. Trade Tet, Harvey, and Brown for Nakua. It's AJ Brown and must maybe add Dart too for Nakua. Tet, Harvey, and Brown. Dude, that's a lot. Again, Shallow League, yes. Deep League, I can't give up Tet and AJ Brown for Nakua. Best Scorsese movie? I mean, it's got to be Goodfellas, but I got some shout-outs. Shutter Island is actually a really good movie, and that's a weird one from Scorsese, but I mean, it's got to be Goodfellas, just because it's one of the best movies like ever made. So, yeah, This Is the End is fucking great. Like the end of This Is the End is terrible. Like the last, all those comedies in that era, all the Judd Apatow shit, they're all like 30 minutes too long. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up. Funny People is also. The first hour is amazing. The last, like, it's 2.5 hours. The last hour and a half is, like, terrible. You can say that about all those, like, comedies from, like, 2009. Not Superbad. Superbad's beautiful from start to finish. But, yeah, the ending just drags. It's like they have to, like, conclude the story. Like, give me jokes, bro. Do I trade Debo and JCM for Pittman? I would probably do that, dude. Pittman's just is stacked. ESPN, I would never play. I only play ESPN because my Yahoo leagues, a lot of people like ESPN, but yeah, I'm not into ESPN or CBS. Adam McKay and Catherine Hahn kill me, dude. Catherine Hahn, dude. I don't know why Catherine Hahn hasn't worked more. Everything I've seen Catherine Hahn in is just like she's the funniest person in the room, and in that movie especially, like I just want to like shove you up in my little ball, crumple you up, and just shove you in my vagina. Her acting's amazing. Chippendales is great. I like Schmitzgay. The him and Sandler, the Schmitzgay one. Scatterbo's fine. That guy will come back from a broken neck, dude. Guess my record with 1,076.4 points scored, 10-team PPR. So 8 weeks, you have, what is that, 130 per week, roughly. 135 per week. I'm pretty good at mental math. I'm going to guess that it's bad. Like you're like fucking 2 games under 500. Old school. We did old school on the movie deep dives for sure. Love old school. Now that's the best. That's Will Ferrell. That's Will Ferrell at his finest. Give me Will Ferrell in a ancillary role, and he's still a main character, but he's not the main character, right? I would say that he's the third main character in that movie. Now that's probably one of my favorite. Frank the Tank's probably one of my favorite all-time characters. The kids were amazing. The kids were fucking amazing. Probably after this week, you gotta wait, Hetzer, and see what's. Sorry, I have a lot of burps. You gotta wait and see what's going on with Trey Benson when he's coming back. We're gonna probably get some of. See, now this is where you lose me, Jason. I don't like the other guys at all. I can't do it. I didn't like it. Maybe I got to give it another chance. I've only watched it once or twice. I think I might have turned it off, man. Like it just was not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Drop Kamara for Travis Hunter. I have BTJ, but he might not play. No, I want Kamara over Travis Hunter, man. I want the running back. Dirty Mike and the boys was my bowling league name. Oh, you're a bowler, Jason? How good? How good are you at bowling? Are you a stud? I know you said you're like a 14 handicap in golf, so I want to hear what you are at bowling. 1-7. Oh, so that's highest points against. Now again, Will Ferrell Wedding Crashers, like that's also epic. Like that's that scene. It's literally 2 scenes, right? They talk about him and then they hear him. I got a shout out to Hall Pass. What the hell is the guy's name? It ends up being I forget the actor's name. I should know this, but the dad in Step Brothers. He's the guy they keep on talking about. That like is like a total playboy and ends up being, I gotta think of his name. That's one of the best characters ever. You think it's just gonna be some young guy, like some like Jersey Shore type dude, and it's Richard Jenkins. They're talking about Coakley the whole time. It ends up being Richard Jenkins. Fucking amazing, bro. Let's see. I have not seen Let's Be Cops. Is that who's that having it? Is that The Rock? Horrible Bosses, I like. I'm big into It's Always Sunny, so obviously give me Charlie Kelly. Like, give me Charlie all day. I didn't like the second one that much. I feel like it's a really good movie. It just wasn't as funny as some of these other comedies, but I actually think it's a good movie. So, like, it's almost a better movie than it is a comedy. And I'm into it. I'm into it. I love Sudeikis. I'm just okay. Jason Bateman for me. My wife loves Jason Bateman. Like I know he always plays a straight guy. Not a fan of Jason Bateman. I will say shout out a movie Bad Words with Jason Bateman. He plays. If you guys have not seen that, that is like a gem, dude. Like an unknown gem, a cult classic. He plays like a scumbag that like finds a loophole because he didn't graduate high school or graduate 8th grade. He goes in the kids spelling bees, dude. It's like Bad Santa with spelling bees, and you have Jason Bateman being the biggest prick in the world. If you have not seen that movie, is that not like just that? So I'm not a Bateman fan, but that is like that's what he's made to be. Like, that's how Jason Bateman's funny, just by being a prick, because he's not actually that funny. He always plays a straight man. But yeah, check out Bad Words. I found that one out a couple years ago, and I just was so happy I found that. I've watched it a couple times since. Dynasty trade deadline is Thursday. Any recommendations for guys to target? Jack Bash. Jack Bash is my dude to target. You could probably get him for nothing. They're going to trade Jacoby Myers. They drafted him in the second round. Never heard of it, Bank Chair Company. Oh, Damon Wayans. Ooh, I love Wayans. The good Piven Han and Will Ferrell. Okay. Another crazy one is Very Bad Things that has Jeremy Piven and who else is in that movie? It's fucking Cameron Diaz is in it. They go to Vegas and like accidentally kill a hooker. They have to bury her, and they all start going crazy. We didn't mention The Hangover. Yeah, the sequels are not good. I like the second one, but the third one is just not great. But original Hangover, and why The Hangover is epic is it's an adventure movie. It's an adventure movie and a comedy and just original. And the ending, the pictures, like you, goddamn man, Hangover is just fucking god. Thoughts on Tet rest of the season? I think he's top 18. Top 18. Tim Robinson. Hell yeah, I'm in. Yeah, that's a really unknown one. Me and Derek have a very similar taste in movies. If maybe we can Netflix and chill sometime, bro. Just kidding. All right, I gotta take off, man. My dogs are probably freaking out right now, and my wife is sleeping, so I don't want her to wake up. This has been almost 3 hours, almost at 3 hours tonight, which is kind of short. I've done some longer ones. Maybe this weekend I'll do a longer one, but I could talk movies I could be on here all fucking night talking movies. So that'll be definitely for the winter time, or not the winter, in the off season, the NFL. We'll have a lot of this kind of stuff. Story is actually like a big, like Story is actually more of a historian than I am in movies. He's definitely a cinephile, but we talk movies all the time. So come on, man. I'm always on here, baby. I'm trying to build this brand and give the people what they want. A lot of you guys are supporting me on Patreon. I'm going to give you as much content as humanly possible. And I appreciate you guys. So again, if you have not joined the Patreon, that gets you in the Discord. These chats go on all night. What are you doing? Link in the description. Get on there. Get access to my bets. We're crushing ass fantasy content. Awesome shit. All the guests on the show are on there. All these fine people in the chat are on there. Appreciate all you guys. Love you. And tomorrow night we'll be doing a Thursday night recap, which is 10:30. Usually it's 10 minutes after the game ends, 10:45 Central Time PM. Do a recap of Thursday Night Football and a look ahead to an actual preview of Week 9 with Michael Story. It's going to be awesome. Appreciate everyone that gave me super chats, man. That was a pretty good night for me. Can't say thank you enough. That's it for me. So tomorrow I'll see you. I'll also talk to you guys in the Discord. Going to have to do some NBA research tonight to win some more bets tomorrow. Stay positive, love your life, and respect each other. I'll see you soon.